Live from Strawberry Stadium on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University in Hammond, Louisiana, Cox Sports Television and Crescent City Sports are proud to bring you high school football. Tonight, it's a showdown in District 9-5A as the John Curtis Christian Patriots take on the Brother Martin Crusaders. Hello, everybody. With Wade Kaiser, I'm Ken Berthelot, and it's the final week of the regular season, and in District 9-5A, that means a log jam at the top, as it is almost every year. And as you take a look at the standings, if Brother Martin wins this game with an undefeated record, they'll be the outright champions of the Catholic League. But if Curtis wins this game, you could have as much as a four-way tie with all of those teams with one loss praying for the tiebreaker. Boy, I'll tell you, no matter what happens with the playoffs in 1 week, one thing is for sure, Wade, there's a lot of prestige with winning the Catholic League.
Because of tradition. That's the bottom line, tradition. Tradition's important in the city of New Orleans, especially from the standpoint of high school football. Each one of these teams decide at the beginning of the year, their first goal is to win the Catholic League. Why? Tradition. It's important to them, Kenny.
If Curtis is to win the Catholic League, they'll do it with their vaunted veer option offense. And this year, they have a first-year starting quarterback named Buddy Taylor. He was a little green to start, but, man, he has developed into an efficient quarterback.
Well, the first-year quarterback, he doesn't have the experience because he doesn't have the live reps. He set the past 2 years behind Colin Guggenheim, who was outstanding, all right? But you know what? All these live reps he's been getting this past couple of weeks, it's going to get better. He's getting better every week, and that spells bad news for a team like Brother Martin tonight and as they move into playoffs next week.
Speaking of Brother Martin, they've got a very efficient quarterback who 3 years ago was where Buddy Taylor was, but he's developed into a fine little junior quarterback, and the game has really slowed down for him. He's got it.
Well, he's a 3-year starter. That's why. He's had all the live reps he's needed to get, all right, and he continues to get them. The good news is he's getting better also. The bad news is Curtis has got to defend him tonight, and then teams in the playoffs starting next week also.
Well, it's a battle royal for sure. Let's see who wins it. A lot on the line tonight in District 9-5A, the Catholic League. Brother Martin and John Curtis battle for the marbles when we come back.
Lamar used car superstore. When you walk in it, you're going to say, wow, for your lifestyle and budget in mind. It's not Wall Street money. It's Mealy Street money from Araby, Louisiana, where I grew up as a kid.
For 87 years, the Allstate Sugar Bowl has been a New Orleans New Year's tradition. Through difficult times and challenges, we remain perpetually committed to our city, the state of Louisiana, and the Gulf South. The funds we invest and volunteers we provide support your sports, your parks, your schools. The Allstate Sugar Bowl. We believe in champions, and we believe in awesome comebacks. The Allstate Sugar Bowl is proud to host the 2021 College Football Playoff Semifinal.
For more than half a century, Gills Bar has offered services, solutions, and support for businesses and associations looking for happier constituents and healthier bottom lines. To learn more on how Gills Bar can help your business, visit gillsbar.com.
High school football from Crescent City Sports on Cox Sports Television is brought to you by Lamarck Ford. See all the huge things happening at the big store in Kenner. By Mid-South Coatings. Never paint your house again. Visit midsouthcoatings.com for a free estimate. By Riverlands Insurance Services. Make your insurance game plan today. And by Louisiana Dental Center, your dental home team. Our invocation to be followed by our national anthem.
Who have worked to perfect their talents for our enjoyment and your glory. We thank you for their gifts and dedication to our school communities. We ask that you look down in favor upon our country and the entire world as we continue to fight against the coronavirus. We also ask for your continued blessings on New Orleans, and in the southeast Louisiana area. Please protect our school community and cities from harm and property damage during this hurricane season. We ask all of this in confidence, mindful of your presence with us today, in the heart of Jesus Christ our Lord. Ameter Ko Jesu, Ameter Ko Maria. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Played by the Brother Martin Band. And Brother Martin won the toss. They elected to defer, so we will see Buddy Taylor and that John Curtis veer option offense right off the bat. As J.T. Curtis, the second winningest coach in the history of high school football in the United States of America in his 52nd year now. And Mark Bonice, now in his 12th year here at Brother Martin, he's done a great job. Our colors of the game are presented by Mid-South Coatings, who can coat your home or business in one of more than 570 colors. Visit midsouthcoatings.com for a free estimate. What a great company, Brother Martin, in their Brother Martin Crimson and Gold. The crimson headgear, crimson jerseys, gold pants, and Curtis, they're the Patriots. Their colors are red, white, and blue, and tonight they will be wearing the white helmets and white jerseys along with their red pants. Well then, J.T. Curtis, besides chasing playoffs and 9-5A championships, he's also looking at the number 621 because that's the number of wins he needs to tie John McKissick, and one more than that to become the all-time winningest coach, probably about 2 years away, Wade.
Well, I'm guaranteed right now he's not thinking about that. But and also right. But talking to JT prior to the game, and he was telling me, this has been one of the hardest years in coaching because not only dealing with losses of games, but he also has to deal with the issues of running his school. But the COVID thing, as it has with every football coach, is just it's taken them to another level. And so that's 600, those 600 wins or whatever has been so far from his mind that he hasn't even thought about it.
Well, Caleb Spann was deep, but this is going to be a very short kick, and it'll come down to Javon Studemeyer Davis, and he'll get a short return and good field position for Buddy Taylor. As you see him there in this Curtis offense, he's had some inexperienced mistakes that maybe hurt Curtis a few times during the year, but you know what? For the most part, he has really developed into a special quarterback, and I think as you watch him tonight, you'll be impressed with the way he runs this veer option. You'll see Curtis shift a lot of different personnel in to keep him honest, and that's Ronald Poole on the first carry, straight ahead. testing that Martin defensive line, and he'll get about 5 up to the 41-yard line.
Everything for Martin tonight is about assignment football.
Here's your offensive starters for John Curtis, brought to you by Mark Ford.
Well, the guy you're going to want to watch tonight, and they've got a whole stable of running backs for Curtis. But if you take a look at number 8, Charles Quinn, he averages 7.3 yards every time he touches the ball. He's so explosive in that veer offense.
Buddy Taylor run the keeper very close to the first down with another 4-yard gain, but he'll be a few yards short. Here are your defensive starters for the Brother Martin Crusaders, brought to you again by our friends at Mark Ford.
Again, they're going to have to play assignment football all night, and a lot of that's going to fall down on linebacker Ryland Johnson, number 33. Keep your eyes on him. He's been having a great season. Tonight he's going to have a great game to shut down this veer offense, playing assignment football.
Trying to get the first down on this play. A little mix-up on the handoff, and they will not get it. Matter of fact, looked like the ball got loose. There was a scramble for it, but Charles Quinn was able to keep possession of it for the John Curtis Patriots, and that'll bring up 4th down, but he avoided disaster there.
Well, you're going to have problems with the mesh. A lot of times you're supposed to ride that mesh and make sure you're getting the right read, and then on the disconnect, you got to really violently pull it away. And again, a lot of that goes on with the quarterback and Buddy Taylor and those live reps he's getting every week that he so awfully needs.
Jace Lee to punt. He's averaging 32. Caleb Spann way back, but the punt won't get to him, and it'll roll out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. And we will have the opportunity now, after just a 19-yard punt, for the Brother Martin Crusaders to get some really good field position out of this, and a chance to see Garrett Mamahat do his thing. We've watched this young man for the last 2.5 years. In his freshman year, he thought he was just going to be a backup quarterback, getting some reps. All of a sudden, the starter goes down. He's the starter for the remainder of the year, and he just develops and develops and develops. And this year, he's really become the leader off the field and on the field this Brother Martin team needs, and it's very special. For this on first down, Jalen Spears, who's been out for the last couple of weeks on the run, gets 14 yards, moved the chains on first down, and he is very healthy.
They run the sweep. They run the sweep into the short side of the field. They actually have a kick-out block and 2 offensive line pulling to get around and on the wrap-up of the linebackers. And Jalen Spears has a nice hole for a nice pickup for a first down right off the bat.
Good numbers on Jalen Spears on the year. You can see 11 touchdowns. He's been the go-to guy, and they go to him again. Then he makes a few people miss before running out of bounds right at the 31-yard line. So big gain of 19 on the play.
What's great about that is the blocking up front. That offensive line from Brother Martin has done a great job all year. You can see it in their rushing numbers, and Spears' numbers is because of that offensive line. I think he'll be the first person to tell you what a great job those 5 guys do up front.
11 touchdowns rushing, as you saw the numbers just a few moments ago. He's got good hands out of the backfield. They don't use him there too much, though. Mamahat for his first pass of the day. He'll be flushed out. He's got some running room, and he is inside the 25. Fumble, scramble for it. Ball still moving down, and let's see who gets it. It is Brother Martin football.
Well, they lucked out right there on that fumble, but Mamahat, looks downfield. Credit John Curtis's coverage on this. Nothing's open, so what does he do? He does the smart thing. He just takes off down the field. Great hit right there coming from behind. Somebody jarred that ball loose.
It's Jordan Stipe.
And and getting on that ball was Jordan Stipe, like you said.
Well, Jordan Stipe got the hit. And boy, I'll tell you, that was a straight up hit, but kept it going, moved the chains, and here's Jalen Spears again with a good spin move into the line near the 10-yard line. Here are your offensive starters for the Brother Martin offense, brought to you by Mark Ford.
Well, the thing tonight you're going to want to do, it's going to be the Jalen Spears show. The way they rush the football, Jalen Spears, he's averaging 6.6 yards a carry, and he's going to handle the load of the rushing game tonight for Brother Martin. So keep an eye on him all night, and that offensive line does a great job for him.
And what helps him is Garrett Mamahat can run, Garrett Mamahat can throw. Jalen Spears met pushed back. big crowd that time as Siobhan Lane of the Curtis defense. They're one of the people to make the stop. Let's take a look at the defensive starters for Curtis, brought to you once again by our good friends at Lamarck Ford.
Well, Siobhan Lane was there, but also Big Linus Noel was a part of that tackle, number 92. He's the guy for the Curtis defense that's got to shut down the inside running game, and he did right there. I think if Brother Martin's going to get on the edge, they got to run away from Noel tonight. They can't run it inside consistently.
It's hard to run against somebody that big. This is the first third down play. He's going to the end zone. He's got a man. It is a touchdown to the tight end, Logan Farrell. A 12-yard touchdown, Mamahat to Logan Farrell, the tight end, the senior. And whoa, what a start for this Brother Martin offense.
Logan Farrell runs a climb route or a drag route that continues climbing to the back of the end zone back there off the boot action. Mamahat gets onto the edge, sets his feet, and throws a strike to Farrell. Great protection up front. Brother Martin's on the board first.
First touchdown catch of the year for the big tight end Farrell as Leighton Liuza attempts the point after, and it is good. So Brother Martin made it look pretty easy on their first offensive possession as they take it right there on the pass to Logan Farrell for the score.
Insurance Services, a team of professional agents serving Southeast Louisiana for over 40 years, focused on planning, implementing quality with personalized insurance.
The strength of our company is our core of over 90 professionals specializing in the everyday needs of family to the complex world of business and risk management.
Cost-effective insurance planning is how we help our families and our businesses every day. We don't wait for a disaster, we prepare for them.
Count on Riverlands Insurance Services.
Once I saw the house peeling and chipping, I decided 2 months later to call Mid-South Coatings. The main reason was that the warranty of the product and that it was going to last for a lifetime. We had a salesperson come out to our house. Within 2 or 3 weeks later, we had our house painted. It was easy, simple, and carefree. They were clean, respectful, didn't have any trouble at all. I'm very pleased with Mid-South Coatings, and we would recommend them to any of our friends who are looking to paint their home. If you're thinking about getting your home painted, call Mid-South Coatings. You'll be glad you did.
Now let's take a look at our game plan presented by Riverlands Insurance Services. Make sure your insurance game plan is made today. Make it today by calling Riverlands. Don't get caught behind on your insurance game plan. That's so important.
Well, Curtis, their game plan is it's simple. They've got to get off to a fast start, and they didn't do it. And that's for particular first series. They went 3 and out. But they've got to get off to a fast start, put some points on the board, and they got to win the line of scrimmage both offensively and defensively. For Brother Martin, they've got to maintain the balance that they've done all year. Run, pass. We saw it in their first series right there, and they're going to have to be sound on assignments on defense to stop the veer offense of John Curtis.
Well, that was Studemata Davis on the return. And again, good field position and a flag right here before we get the second possession of this football game for Curtis underway.
I think you're going to have neutral zone violation here or illegal procedure. Well, maybe not. They picked it up.
Looks like they picked it up.
Yes, they did.
So no penalty. Here comes your first down play. Buddy Davis on the quick give to Ronald Poole. Straight ahead. And he'll pick up 5.
See, that's what the veer is going to do to you, Ken. You're going to keep pounding it and pounding it. Take a look at it right here. This is right there, inside veer in the A-B gap right there. They're just going to pound it and pound it and pound it right there. And then it lulls you to sleep. And if you're not assignment careful, they'll gash you.
Well, that time they brought in for the first carry of the game, Caleb Spann. But didn't fool the Brother Martin defense. And again, it's important for the defense to play assignment football.
Well, you've got to first attack the first threat, which is the dive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so defensive linemen are going to play technique. They're going to squeeze down blocks. They're going to take that first dive, the first threat right there. Then you got to play the quarterback inside out by bringing that linebacker or a safety down on him. And then you got to play the pitch from the secondary with somebody like a safety.
Taylor with a good fake, and then when he turns, finds first down yardage on his run around again, a 9-yard gain, and he'll move the chains. First down, Curtis.
Counter trap option right there. They fake the ball one way, pull the guard to be able to try to block the unblocked defensive lineman and try to get your quarterback on the corner. It's called counter trap option. He does a great job right there. What he's doing is he's reading the second guy on the option right there, so they're actually loading what is called the read.
Curtis doesn't throw a whole lot, but And they won't this time either. Good pitch back, and it's saved by Caleb Spann. That was almost a disastrous pitch, but Caleb Spann was on the spot. Senior.
That's what I talk about experience right there. He did a great job running the outside veer. He pulls the ball. Here's what's happening. As he's going down, he should not have pitched that ball. It was almost a forward pass right there. But the experienced player would have held onto that ball as he was in the grass going down and not taking a risk like that. Look, he's going to learn all this as he continues taking the live reps and learning.
This is the quick give, and that's Patrick LeBranch on his first carry down to the 39-yard line, just short of the first down. And again, that's just that pounding away of that veer option coming at you.
The greatest thing about Buddy Taylor, Kenny, is he can make you pay, right? The minute you don't do things right, the minute you don't play assignment football, he's off and gone, and he can go coast to coast. He is an outstanding athlete.
Good pitch, just in time, and he pitches back to Caleb Spann, and Spann's got the first down. Boy, talking about making a decision just in time.
That's a great read right there. If we get a chance to get another look at it, you'll see the defensive lineman for Brother Martin right there make the hit on the first threat, which was the dive. Taylor pulls the ball, gets it on the edge for the second option, and he pitches off the option right there. Great job. That looked like an experienced veer quarterback.
And he paid the price, took the hit after the pitch.
Well, let me tell you something. Veer quarterbacks get hit, and they're going to get lit up. That's just part of the game.
LeBranch again, Patrick LeBranch. Gain of 4. You know, last year when you were describing this, you called it Novocaine. They just keep coming at you. They just keep coming at you. And that's what they're doing here. They slow into it, get into your rhythm, come at you, drive the field, no hurry, run the clock.
I'm going to give credit where credit is due. That line comes from, remember, the Titans. And it's like a veer offense, which is just like Novocaine. It just keeps pounding on you, and then all of a sudden you're numb, and we're going to gash you.
First pass of the day for Curtis. He's got a man wide open in the end zone, and that is a touchdown to Javon Stoudemire Davis. 30-yard touchdown pass.
Again, it's like
Novocaine. Throw often.
Right, it's like Novocaine. Everything up front looks like run, 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 run on inside veer right there. Inside veer play action pass. Everybody bites on it, including the safety who wasn't reading his keys, allows Stoudemire to scoot right behind him. Great throw by Buddy Taylor. The Patriots are on the board. One of the keys was to start fast, and that was a great drive by the Curtis Patriots.
Linus Noel, big defensive lineman, is your field goal kicker. He didn't kick last week. They went for 2 after every touchdown, and they would try to decide game time decision whether they would do the same or kick it. And I think for the playoffs, they wanted to make sure they had a kicker who could get the job done, and they did. Curtis ties it up. And they do it on a pass to Stoudemire Davis. John Curtis, they tie it up at 7. And big Linus Noel, what else can he do for you? He's a defensive lineman, plays almost all the time. He kicks off.
He's the biggest kicker I've ever
points.
seen. I mean, I looked up and I see Linus Noel out there kicking the football. There's going to be no airlift in it.
6'2", 305 pounds, a senior, and he's a kicker too. Oh, look at this. And a good return, Brother Martin. Austin Roberts with a 25-yard return. Crescent City Sports thanks University Donuts in Hammond for their support of tonight's telecast. Located less than a mile from the southeastern campus, University Donuts has breakfast, lunch specials, and of course, gourmet donuts. Stop by tomorrow or just get the latest specials on Facebook. University Donuts. Will Hall, the owner there, what a great job he does. Proud Catholic League graduate. And he's got a place of business that is well known and loved here. Pass on first down by Mamahat. He's got some room, and he's also got a man open if he can get the ball to him. And running hard was Julian Oob, but he couldn't catch up to the football.
Now he's open simply because Brother Martin has been able to run the ball so far tonight, right? So if you can run the ball, the play action pass is going to be open. So they faked a stretch and they boot it out. And look, wow, just too much air under the ball right there. He needed to fit the ball in between the corner and the safety who was coming across the top. If he'd have put a little bit more on the rope on that, that'd have been a big completion for the Crusaders.
And he had some room to run. I'm wondering if in his own mind, if he was thinking, maybe I should run this. Hand off to Spears again, Jalen Spears. Nice gain, 5 up the middle, makes it 3rd down. Coming up and 5.
Brother Martin's found in the short side of the field because they've got the numbers over there. Because they have the numbers, they can get the extra blocker around to block the linebacker and the safety who's fitting down into the box on a nice little sweep scheme.
3rd and 5, you want to move the chains. You don't want to have to punt the ball away right now. Curtis with a little momentum after that long touchdown drive to tie the game at 7. So let's see what happens. He'll move Logan Farrell over to the right side, the big tight end who caught the touchdown pass on the first offensive possession for the Crusaders. Over on the right side. Looking that way again, but it won't be enough for the first down as he tosses it out. And it is caught on the right side, but way short of the first down. So decision time, do you have to decide, or you're going to punt this ball away? I mean, you're looking at 4th and 3.
You know, I think they're going to punt the ball away. I think that's a smart play right here. I don't think they're in 4-down territory at this particular spot. They're too shy of the first down. I think it's a good call on the punt. But it was a nice play-action pass again right there, trying to get Farrell open in the flat. Great coverage by Curtis coming up and making the hit and denying him the first down.
Span is back. Leighton Liuza, not your normal punter. Jacob Zimmer is not back, but Liuza, the backup punter, and your place kicker is back. Might this be a fake? No, it's not. And Liuza gets good foot into it. Caleb Span calls for the fair catch, a 35-yard punt. And the John Curtis offense will have it when we come back. 3:15, first quarter tied.
Lamarck Lincoln is now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's state-of-the-art. You're gonna love walking into the Lincoln store. 8 years here in New Orleans, you couldn't even buy one? LL, Lamarck Lincoln is back.
Toothache.
Gingivitis.
Plaque. Cavity. Tartar. Tooth decay.
Gum disease.
Abscess tooth.
What's that?
A feeling, not a frown.
A bridge?
You mean I need a root canal?
Come on, man.
The only thing worse than hearing those words is hearing that your dentist can't see you right away. Call Louisiana Dental Center. We'll see you today.
Lamarck Lincoln is now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's state-of-the-art. You're gonna love walking into the Lincoln store. 8 years here in New Orleans, you couldn't even buy one? LL, Lamarck Lincoln is back.
Tune in to CST this Sunday at 11 a.m. for the official unveiling of the LHSAA football brackets. All 9 brackets will be revealed for the first time. The road to the Dome begins Sunday live on Cox Sports Television, your leader in Gulf South sports. Well, they're backed up deep, but they did tie it up, and the Patriots of John Curtis have the football, and They're just coming straight up the top. That's Patrick LaBranche with a gain of 6. They're just going to keep doing the same thing. Come right at you.
That scheme's a little bit different right there. That actually wasn't a veer read. What that was just straight hard dive where they based everything up, and they got a nice little pickup out of that. Again, the same hard dive.
And this time it's Ronald Poole. And he'll move the chains with a first down run up to the 30-yard line at a gain of 9.
Again, it's hard dive. They're going to base you up with those big offensive linemen from Curtis, man on man right there. That should be a dive read for that linebacker. That linebacker needs to step up and take it in the chin right then and there.
This time, Buddy Taylor wants to throw, and he's got Javon Stoudemire-Davis for the completion. And he gets 7 yards on that. Just that little pick you, whether it's the short pass, trying to open up the long pass, whether it works. Curtis is in no hurry, but they're not playing slow. They're moving at a good pace. Fake to LaBranche, and Taylor keeps. And he gets the first down with a good move at the very end.
Actually, right there on that veer, that was a misread by Buddy Taylor. The end came down and took the quarterback. That was not the first threat. The dive was the first threat. He should have given that ball. He given that ball when the running back runs through the line of scrimmage like that, and he's not even touched. That's when you know it was a misread. He could have probably been standing in the end zone.
Yeah, LaBranche had some room.
Right, and he had some room too. So, but it was still a misread, you know.
This time he does give it, but this time the Brother Martin defense shuts it down, and there was nowhere for Patrick LaBranche to go. But he gets a few.
Right, well, they do a good job right there of coming down hard, taking that dive off of the first read, and that's the way you've got to play it. You've got to take the first threat away. You've got to take the hard dive. Now, you know, LaBranche is a solid running back, 5'9", 165-pound sophomore. He can these Curtis running backs can go coast to coast any time that they touch the football. They've got great speed. They're explosive.
Your two most explosive receivers are in the game, and they're split high and low, but they're not going to go that way. They go to Caleb Spann, and Spann will be pulled down after a short gain of 2. If that name sounds familiar, by the way, Caleb Spann, everybody's familiar with the great Tookie Spann family and Tulane and other places, and he is related to many of the Spanns. He is in that family.
That was Jerron Manning doing a great job in the secondary on the lead option, run by Curtis right there. He fought off the block, comes up, makes a huge tackle on Spann. And you talk about Spann, you know, Tookie Spann was a great athlete in the city, so it runs all through the family.
Taylor dropping back. He's got Stoudemire-Davis for the first down, keeps his balance, and gets a few more down to the 45-yard line of the Crusaders. A gain of 10, move the chains as the drive continues for the Patriots.
Curtis runs flat curl right there, and the outside linebacker or the drop linebacker, Jerron Manning right there, on the play before makes a great play right there. He got kind of shook out of his boots. He just misses the tackle out there in the flat.
Taylor almost caught behind the line of scrimmage, but he escapes, and look at him just slither through the defense, and he almost breaks it. My goodness, how did he escape? They had hands on him all over the place, and they couldn't pull Buddy Taylor down.
Because didn't I say that this cat can go? I mean, I'm chuckling.
Yes,
I'm chuckling. Watch this right there. It's a great read. He disconnects. No assignment. Right there, it looked like it should have been Austin Roberts, number 22, should have been the scrape linebacker that had the quarterback right there. He scrapes too wide. You've got to scrape tight off of that lineman going down. That hit should have been made at the line of scrimmage.
And it turned into a 35-yard gain for Buddy Taylor. Timeout on the field. Patriots are threatening because that little guy, well, Jalen Spears with the first move. There's your first touchdown. You can see it. High-powered game up to this point.
At Mr. Rooter Plumbing, our training prepares us to deal with anything, like a drain that's clogged, with the hair of the lead singer of an 80s metal band, and his bandmates, who happen to be balding. Our extensive training in the latest technology means we get right to the cause of your drain issue and fix it the first time. When you need an expert, you need to call Mr. Rooter.
Riverlands Insurance Services, a team of professional agents serving Southeast Louisiana for over 40 years, focused on planning, implementing quality with personalized insurance.
The strength of our company is our core of over 90 professionals specializing in the everyday needs of family to the complex world of business and risk management.
Cost-effective insurance planning is how we help our families and our businesses every day. We don't wait for a disaster, we prepare for them.
Count on Riverlands Insurance Services.
Now, Curtis fans are happy because 12 minutes into this one, as we get ready to start the second quarter of play, we've got a tie ball game, and what looked like it was going to be a very explosive offense in that first quarter with the Crusaders. They cooled down a little bit, cooled off a little bit, and these Patriots have picked it up. Tough pitch, fumble. Looked like the Crusaders got on it. Let's see. And if it is, that's Anton Brown for the Crusaders, who got on that fumble. And turnovers. That's the danger of the veer option.
Well, they don't actually run the veer right there. They run a quick pitch out there, and the pitch was kind of behind the intended target. Watch. He gets, well, not really. It was just high. It looked like it was up in his face mask right there. It isn't where the pitch needed to be, and then it's bobbled around. And look at all the Crusaders right there getting to that ball real quick. Anton Brown's the lucky one that comes up with the ball, hustling to make a great play.
Garrett Mamahat with the play action, and look at that pass over the middle, hits Vance Boycroissant in stride for a big gain and a first down. 22 yards on the pitch and catch.
There's your RPO. Everybody talks about RPO. They're using it at the high school level now. Everybody's blocking run up front. They fake the sweep to the running back. The linebacker moves. He's reading the linebacker to the backside. If he goes with the run, they're going to hit the tight end right there like they did in the seam. Great first down for Brother Martin off the RPO.
It was your tight end moving into block for Mamahat. Look at the hole Mamahat's got. Look at this by Garrett Mamahat as he gets the first down with a fine run of 17 yards.
Great run right there.
Wow.
I think that was quarterback draw. It looked like it was all design run right there. Everybody turning out, getting a good turn protection up front with the offensive line. Mamahat steps back, looked like he's going to pass, and he just takes off in a huge hole until he's ran down at about the 46-yard line.
You know, they shifted that big fullback tight end into the fullback position to block for Mamahat on that play, and it really worked. Demarin White. Now they've got the new set of downs, and here they go. Fake, and you've got Jalen Spears breaking tackles. Look at Jalen Spears work his magic, turns on the speed. He ran probably twice the amount of yards. He probably ran 36 yards to pick up those 18 sideways with that football, but man, he makes people miss and moves the chains.
Well, it's inside zone right there. He does a great job hitting it up in there, and then he runs through the arms of a tackle and he bounces it backside, just running to daylight right there. And that's the great thing that Jalen Spears does. He runs to daylight. He's got great vision.
Both of these offenses have been moving at a fast pace, high clip. And Mamahat forward, he'll gain 3. Take that back. That's Clayton Leonardo, the backup quarterback, who snuck in there and fooled us.
Well,
he wears the same number as Taysom Hill, and maybe he's trying to be a little bit of Taysom Hill out here for the Brother Martin Crusaders. 3-yard gain.
Well, they ran the same play that Taysom Hill likes to run. It's quarterback counter. They're going to pull the backside guard tackle, get the kick out, get the seal, and he's going to try to ram it up inside. If you watch Sunday, I'm sure we're going to see that play against the Falcons.
Mamahat's back in there. He'll fake it this time to Spears. He'll keep. Wanted to throw, put his head down, and it's finally tackled by Caleb Spann after a 5-yard gain.
You know, there's the experience for you, Kenny, right there. As he gets onto the corner off the boot action, he's looking downfield. Everything's covered up in a white jersey, right? So instead of forcing it in there and just forcing it, he's going to tuck that ball, get what he can, and live to play another down. If you look at the stats right there,
almost
he's averaging almost 9 yards a carry. You're right.
This offense has been so efficient on this drive. This is the Crusaders' first third down they face on this drive. And Jalen Spears with the counter. Look at Jalen Spears just pick his way to move the chains as he gets down to the 15-yard line.
All of that cross motion across the formation right there, that's nothing but eye candy. They're trying to get the linebackers and the safeties' eyes up onto that cross motion right there just to try to make them slow down on their pursuit. They come back against the cross motion with the inside veer with a nice hole set up by that Brother Martin offensive line, and Spears rams it up inside for a nice gain.
Good look at Mamahat right there. You had a good look at Spears right before him. Spears missed the last couple of weeks with an injury, but he is very healthy tonight, and he is ready for this game and ready for the playoffs that come. This time he'll give to Spears, and Spears goes right into the line again inside the 10-yard line as he's pushing down. Gain of 6.
Brother Martin is pounding it on that inside zone game. That's what they like to do. The inside zone game right there, and then the play action passes off of it, mix in a few little sweeps right there. It has Curtis kind of on their heels. Curtis now has jumped into more of a four-man front that's playing man behind it, and that's the Brother Martin's advantage right there.
Javon Lane on that last stop. You're right. And one thing that he's doing is trying to shuffle a lot of people in there to keep them fresh. Look at this wide open as Jalen Spears just floats his way into the end zone. 8 yards. It's a touchdown. And the Brother Martin Crusaders have retaken the lead.
Well, that was counter right there. They got a kick out and a seal and a huge hole for Spears to run up into and score the touchdown. We'll get a look at it in a second here. And you'll see the great blocking and the great kick out, especially, I think, by the right guard, number 63, Drew Amato, kicking out the defensive end of John Curtis. That really sprung Spears into the end zone. Great drive right there, set up by Spears, and Mamahat's running and making good decisions by Mamahat.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the decisions that Garrett Mamahat is making first part of this game. Here we are with 8:15 to play before halftime, and I got to tell you, both quarterbacks, he and Buddy Taylor's made one or two probably pitches he'd like to have back, as you and I talked about. That's a first-year starter, but when you watch Garrett Mamahat with the experience he's had, he just looks like a seasoned pro back there running this offense. Clayton Liuzza with the point after. He's got it. Timeout on the field, 14-7. Jalen Spears makes it look easy.
Louisiana Dental Center, your dental home team.
42 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Well, good look at Garrett Mamahat right there. Here is tonight's fact of the game presented by Mr. Reuter. Of all the amazing numbers from the John Curtis football program, this may be the most amazing and may never be matched. 19 straight appearances in state championship games from 1996 to 2014. Wow.
That's amazing. It's crazy. And another fact I found out this week I didn't know. You know, John Curtis hasn't lost 3 games since what was 1974. Is that unbelievable?
And that last time they lost 3 games in the regular season, they were 3-3 that year because of that man. But look, the 3 games they lost this year, but they lost to the 5A state champion, the 4A state champion, and the 3A state champion from last year. And look, enrollment-wise, they're a 2A school.
And here's the deal. He'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. Right?
That's it.
He always has. It doesn't matter.
That's how he picked up the Acadia game.
Right. He wants to play football for his kids, and he feels like his program can be.
Onside kick. Little razzle-dazzle. Boy, they gathered quickly, and did they get it? Did they get it? They did.
Oh, my goodness, trying to steal a possession, which they did.
They stole a possession. The Brother Martin's Crusader special teams. A little chicanery.
The onside kick, the surprise onside kick. Watch it right here. Tapped. It's got to go 10. And it does right there.
There it is.
Immediately. Wow, that's timed perfectly, practiced perfectly. That is huge. Stealing a possession at this time in the first half. Obviously, they knew they were going to do that at a certain point in time. They practiced it all week, told them they were going to do that, and they come out and execute it flawlessly. I think that was Ryland Johnson.
Ryland Johnson is the one who recovered it. Absolutely.
Big play.
I think the play that made it work is as soon as the Curtis receiver was trying to gather that ball in, hey, the ball had gone far enough. He was able to get blocked out of it. Look at Jalen Spears breaking tackles once again. He may go. He does go all the way. Touchdown, 28 yards. Jalen Spears, an onside kick and a one-play drive for a touchdown. And Brother Martin has opened up a 2-touchdown lead over John Curtis here in the first half.
One of the things that we said John Curtis had to do defensively, one of the keys was they had to be able to control the line of scrimmage up front, especially defensively. They had to shut down the inside zone running game of Brother Martin. Well, right there, Brother Martin runs inside zone again, and he takes it to the house, and Brother Martin controlled the line of scrimmage. Let's take a look at it. Look at that. Great movement up front with a great move where he was hit right at the line of scrimmage on the inside veer. Great job by Jalen Spears. Brother Martin up by 2 touchdowns.
16 minutes into this game, and Jalen Spears already over 100 yards. And I'll tell you what, he's just been so explosive. My goodness.
Well, they're controlling the line of scrimmage. And when you control the line of scrimmage like that, right, some happy guys right there, you're going to be able to run the football. And if you're going to run the football on John Curtis, it's going to be a long night because they know, because they run the football on other people, right? Okay, so if they know they got to shut down the run, and if they're not shutting down the run, it could possibly be a long night for them.
Nice snap at Leighton Laius. It's put down well, and Leighton Laius kicks it up and good. They save the extra point. And that young man right there is feeling it. That's Jalen Spears. It's been his night so far for the Crusaders. Mark Bonice, and he's got to be happy with the play of his Brother Martin Crusaders. There was an unsportsmanlike penalty on John Curtis after the touchdown. That's the first penalty for either team. The previous touchdown. That's why they kicked off from the 45.
Well, you can't lose your poise, and that's what happened here. So that's the reason why there's a little bit different field position now on the kickoff.
Studmeyer Davis, can he find it? He cannot. Real good open field tackle made by Austin Roberts to bring him down. But we will see that Curtis offense. Now that Curtis offense has to get into gear. And one thing for Curtis that's important right now with just under 8 minutes to go, they've got to get on the board.
No, but no panic. You know,
no panic.
That's the thing with the Veer offense. Everybody in that backfield can go yard every time they touch it, and that includes Buddy Taylor, which we've seen him do that tonight. You know, with huge gains. So they're not going to panic. They've been in this situation before, and JT and his staff will not panic.
And this is the time. There we go. Studmeyer Davis once again They'll work the sidelines with him. He's got it, and he gets a first down. And nope. Check that, just short of a first down. Give him about 8 on that.
Well, and Coach Curtis and his staff also know you're going to have to get your ball into the hands of the playmakers, and Stoudemire Davis is one of those guys. He comes with 23 receptions, 249 yards. Every time he touches the ball, 10.8 yard average.
His 5th touchdown in the first quarter. He is one of only 2 receivers that have double-digit receptions for this Curtis team. Dudenhofer being the other. They have not thrown to Dudenhofer in this game yet. So again, just straight up the middle. Ronald Poole for a few, but he got enough to move the chains, which is all Curtis was trying to do. First down, John Curtis.
You're going to see a lot of running backs for Curtis rotating in and out. They've got a stable, right? I mean, they got guys, that they rotate in and out. They've been training those guys since junior high to run this veer offense. And so you're going to see a lot of shuffling in and out from those veer running backs.
And that's one of them right there, Charles Quinn, along with Ronald Poole, Caleb Spann, Patrick LeBranch. And then there's 4 backups that usually see a lot of action. And those are 8 backs. They can keep fresh legs in the game.
For our viewers out there, you're saying, well, that didn't look exactly like inside veer or outside veer. What that was veer cutback. That is a play that veer teams run where everything starts out looking like inside veer, and he's going to wind it to the backside A gap all of a sudden because they're hoping you have vacated it and over pursued.
Taylor with a good pitch. This is LeBranch trying to turn the corner, nowhere to go. He'll be brought down for a loss of 1.
Great pursuit by Brother Martin out there playing great assignment football. You saw the safety come out of nowhere to take the pitch right there, and defeat the block. The corner gets off the block to come up and help on the pitch. Let's see if we can see it right here. Lead option, take the first threat, fight off the block. Here comes the safety, bang. That's the way you do it. That's assignment football. The first threat was no dive. The first threat was the quarterback. That was taken perfectly.
Well, you've got to know where number 33 is. He's second on this team, the Brother Martin team in tackles, Ryland Johnson, and he'll find you. He was coming in hard that time, but a good toss to Stoudemire Davis. And wow, that's enough to move the chains again. You've got to just credit Buddy Taylor on that one. My goodness, he was cool under pressure. 28 yards on the pickup.
Kenny, what also happens, if you take a look back at it, you're going to see number 5, Jerron Manning, just slips and falls down and leaves Stoudemire Davis wide open out there in the flat. I mean, you leave a guy like that wide open, he's going to make the play because he's a great athlete.
But Taylor's got to see it, and he's got to get the ball with somebody coming right at him.
No doubt.
And look, under pressure, he threw the ball. Yeah,
he has those tools. Yep. He gets out on the corner on the sprint out, and he throws a very nice football. Great job by Taylor also.
Field position now. Keep it on the ground with this run. Won't be much for Caleb Spann to get, but he manages 1 yard out of it, maybe just a little bit more, 1.5 yards.
They're trying to slow down the pursuit of Brother Martin, so now they're trying to mix in a little bit of counter stuff in there. You'll see them come back to that dive counter or the dive bin back, which I've already described. Right there was counter, and you'll see them come back also, we saw it in the first quarter, the trap option, which is a counter option. They're going to do that to slow down those Brother Martin linebackers and safeties who are flowing so fast to the football.
Poole and Quinn are the running backs. The toss to Quinn. Got the speed to get around the end, but he does and fights his way for some extra yards.
Corey Lambert out there at the corner fighting off the block and finally getting him out of bounds. Everything strung out real nicely by the Brother Martin defense. You can credit a lot of that to Charles Quinn right there with his athletic ability, getting out on the edge and picking up the extra needed yardage that they needed to get to set up a really nice third down. It's third and manageable. And that's the secret to John Curtis's offense. Keep ourselves in manageable downs.
And that's exactly what they do. But boy, I'll tell you, the Crusaders found a way to clog up the middle on that one and nowhere to go.
Or maybe they need Mr. Reuter. You knew I was coming with that.
I was waiting to set it up.
You knew I was coming with that. Great job right there by number 42, Anton Brown. He did a great job right there tackling the quarterback off of the veer, and it's going to set up a 4th down and 4-down territory.
Well, the Patriots have no problems going forward on 4th down. The question is, will they run, pass? No, they're going to pitch And look at this around the end. Patrick LeBranch, my goodness. Lots of room. No one could get him out there, and he turns that out into a big gain.
He's so wide out there by alignment. I bet you if we get an end zone shot up there, we're going to see him cheating out to the tackle right there. And they're going to turn around and quick toss that thing out there to LeBranch on the edge. Look how wide he is right there. See, he's out on the inside hip of the tackle. That's not his normal alignment for a running back. His normal alignment will normally be right behind the guard or on the outside hip of the guard in the veer offense. That's the first key. It was going to be the quick toss out there. Brother Martin didn't adjust. He gets out on the edge with his speed. First and goal for Patriots.
Yeah, he got 21 on that one. Here's a good handoff, and this is Caleb Spann fighting his way through tacklers to the end zone. And the John Curtis Patriots have come right back and answered those two back-to-back Brother Martin touchdowns with a touchdown of their own, a 9-yard touchdown by Caleb Spann.
There's your bend back veer. If we get a chance to see that from the end zone, you'll see that he's going to hit it hard back to the backside, A gap, then bounce it out to the B gap right there. The guys in crimson, they all over pursue. He walks into the end zone for the next score.
And there's big Elinus Noel, 6'2", 305. He's got enough leg. He has converted a 35-yard field goal this year against Holy Cross in the Curtis victory over the Tigers earlier this year. And this is, if we got a flag down, which blows this play dead. It was a fake. Buddy Taylor ran it around, but a flag down pulled everything. Play was blown
False
dead.
start. Offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty.
Okay, two things right there, Kenny. I think it was a kind of a bad snap, and I think Buddy Taylor picked it up and did what he should normally do with that. But then they get the false start with one of the guys up front. It's going to move it back 5 yards. And then the last thing I want to tell you, I want to know what JT's football allotment is. Because I bet you this guy kicks the air out of a lot of them, right? So he's got to have extra footballs around just to practice with, so big Elinus Noel can go up there and kick those balls and practice for their PATs.
If he stays loose and he's not, it's not one of these real hot days, he's got leg. He's got 25, 30-yard range.
Don't you love to see guys
35
straight on?
from the 25. He's got 35, 40 yards. I love it.
I mean, kick it straight on. Wasn't that back in your day, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. They didn't know what a sidewinder kicker was back in those days.
There's a good look right there at Elinus Noel. I tell you what, he's the guy that's got to get it together inside to shut down that inside zone that we talked about previously earlier in the show. He's got to start playing a little bit tougher inside.
We had talked, you're getting a good look at the Curtis sideline and what they've done as a program. We had talked a little earlier about JT Curtis in his 52nd year being 25 wins away from John McKissick. McKissick from South Carolina, Summerville, South Carolina, passed away recently. 63 seasons, 621 wins. Right now, JT has 596. And JT, like John McKissick, just two great coaches who love the game. I think that JT would coach into his 80s like McKissick did.
Well, he hasn't lost the art of working an official. All right, because
that gets better over the years. That's like wine; it ages.
Well, look. Bless his heart, and there's guys that are really good at it, right? And he's really good at it. But you know what? He's earned that. He's earned the respect from officiating staffs to go over and listen to his complaints and make sure that they watch for what he's talking about, and that's the way it should be.
JT talking with referee Paul LaRosa from this officiating crew. And now we're ready to kick the point after. Buddy Taylor is your holder. And it's blocked. It's a dead ball in high school. And you can, if this was college or pros, that could be 2 points. And people are going to get excited. But it's a dead ball in high school as soon as it's blocked. So blocked extra point. We have timeout 4:28 to play in the first half. 21-13. It's still a one-score game.
Our pre-owned department is magnificent. We are Kelly Blue Book authorized dealer. All makes and models, we're buying them every day. We will purchase your vehicle. We will pay off your existing loan, whether you buy a car or not.
Called Mid-South Coating because, with a house, you always need maintenance. We have a brick home. We have a lot of places that needed Mid-South Coating. You have some ironwork that needed it, the doors, and the framing. Friends of ours had told us about Mid-South Coating and the success that they had. I would absolutely recommend Mid-South Coating. I was very happy with their work. They did a clean and professional job. It's always nice to pull up to your house and see a nice, clean look, and Mid-South Coating provides that.
For more than half a century, Gills Bar has offered services, solutions, and support for businesses and associations looking for happier constituents and healthier bottom lines. To learn more on how Gills Bar can help your business, visit gillsbar.com.
Now there's Caleb Spann, and as you look at your scoring drive, 10 plays, 73 yards. Finished up by Caleb Spann's 8-yard touchdown run, and Curtis is right back in this one with 4:28 to play before halftime.
Caleb Spann only came in with 9 carries for 52 yards, a 5.8-yard average, and already tonight he's kind of been the workhorse for this Curtis offense.
And remember, he plays offensively, defensively,
right.
and he is their primary punt returner, and he'll be back on kick returns often also.
And he loves that. That's what he wants to do. He wants to play ball, man. So put me on the field, coach, and tell me what to do, and I'm going to do it. That's why he's a great athlete.
Well, he carries and lives up to that Spann name very, very well. Brings a lot of integrity to it, the way he plays this game. So Linus Noel's kickoff returned to the 30 by the Crusaders, and that's where Brother Martin will have it with 4:23 to play in this first half.
It's going to be interesting to see how John Curtis has made any adjustments to stop that inside zone running game. Because, right now, Brother Martin's offensive line seems to be having their way with those big guys up front in the white jerseys and pounding that inside zone and being able to run the play action off it.
So we're seeing Jordan Thomas as a running back instead of Jalen Spears right next to Garrett Mamahat, and he'll hand off to Jordan Thomas. And Thomas up to the 35-yard line for a gain of 5. And now here's some flags, little
getting a little chippy out there. There's a flag out there, and I think it's going to be dead ball. I don't know if they've got the first guy or the second guy, or if they got both. The way it should be unsportsmanlike on both sides, because both sides kind of poked at each other, and one retaliated and the other one did the instigation. So hopefully the officials will iron it all out. They will call it both ways, because that's what I saw off of our monitors.
Third penalty of the game, and 2 of them have been unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 5, defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 83, offense.
There you go.
Those penalties are offset.
That's a good call. I mean, both sides were getting a little chippy. One poked at one, the other one retaliated at the other, and then just started pointing at each other like courtroom lawyers. And the officials did a good job on that. They saw that. They're going to pick that flag up, and it'll be offsetting right there. Great job by our officiating crew. And you're going to have this, boys will be boys. It's going to be chippy out there. Is that the right way to say that?
That's a perfect way to say it. Logan Farrell,
boys will be boys.
Caleb Spann,
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to remember, this is about the biggest dog in the neighborhood, right? We're playing for a district championship here tonight, and these guys, whether you're in crimson or whether you're in white, you're not backing down. That's the way the game should be played.
Hey, you take a look at Brother Martin. In all of their years of playing football, since they were named Brother Martin after the merge with Corrier-Zoo back in the old days, they've had 8 Catholic League titles in their 49-year football history of being named Brother Martin. So this is important to them. It's important to every school that plays in the Catholic League. Now they're going with Jordan Thomas again. Jordan Thomas gets a few on the left side before being brought down.
The thing I want to point out to you right there on that play, that looks like a simple off-tackle play right there, but they were in unbalanced, all right? So Brother Martin had brought tackle over that time and had a tight end away from the short side. Curtis didn't adjust to it. So what ends up happening is you've got to adjust to the unbalance.
Brother Martin was not on that list. The last time they won the Catholic League Championship was in 2008. So, and I'll tell you a side story on that that's important to this Brother Martin team is they get the first down right there. Garrett Mamahat, who gets thrust in as a freshman after not expecting to play, the upperclassmen really helped him come along. And he has taken, you talk to some of the players, you talk to some of the coaches, you talk to his dad. He says, look, it's personal to him. He wants this for the seniors. He wants it for the juniors. What a pretty pass caught down to the right side by Austin Jackson, his first reception tonight, and that goes for 32 yards, and that's one of those big explosive plays this offense is capable of.
They run Austin Jackson in the backfield, but it's going to come back with a penalty right there, and an eligible man downfield right there, so they're going to lose that. That's going to come all the way back. Set up very nicely. That was not RPO. But I don't know how the offensive lineman got downfield. He must have wandered down there somehow. But they did that again out of an unbalanced line. This whole series, they have been in an unbalanced line trying to get Curtis to either move to it or to not move to it and take advantages of the numbers game.
First penalty on Brother Martin, that if you saw the numbers on Austin Jackson just a few minutes ago, he's their leading receiver, 26 receptions, 6 touchdowns. He's the go-to guy when Garrett Mamahat wants to throw the football. He's going to always check him first and then go somewhere else if that option's not open. But he loves looking for number 3. And getting back to Garrett Mamahat as a leader, that's just one of the things he wants to do. Right now, Brother Martin's calling timeout. Timeout for the Crusaders. 2:43 to play in the half. Mark Bonis, taking a good look at him. He is the 6th head coach in Brother Martin history. And what's amazing as you look at those, look at that 4th guy right there. Wade Kaiser sitting right here in the booth with us. Jay Pittman is on the opposite sideline. He's on the Curtis sideline. You're looking at Mark Bonis. So we've got half of all the great coaches at Brother Martin here.
And I think all the guys, from Coach Sanji all the way down through Coach Bonis will say that the guy sitting up there from 1970 to 1996 was the greatest. I mean, that guy, when I was a young coach, I would sit at coaching clinics and listen to him talk all night long and smoke cigarettes. but what a great man. And all of the coaches below on that list that had, like Sanji and Pittman both played for him.
Yeah.
Myself, I played against him. How much we have learned from him in the game of football. What a great coach he was.
Bobby Conlon got the last state championship team for this Brother Martin team. He was the coach when it happened. Thrown, almost picked off by Vincent Logidis, and then it was almost caught by a Brother Martin receiver in the area.
Should have been picked off by Logidis. He just took his eyes off of it. Look at him. Look at that. He's going to look back at this tape tomorrow, and he's going to say, oh, my goodness. He comes in with 32 tackles on the night. That would have been his first interception. Great job of Mamahat getting on the corner right here. Ball just, he kind of threw that to the wrong side of the receiver. Had he thrown it to the outside shoulder, it would have been away from the defender and wouldn't have even been close to the Logidis.
And Austin Jackson almost had a chance to pick up the hot potato, so to speak. Oh, he's lassoed down, my goodness, by Linus Noel, and he'll gain 3 on it, but that was a jarring tackle by the big 305-pound senior defensive lineman, John Curtis.
No face mask call, no horse collar call, so he had to get him up around the chest somewhere. Let's take a look at it right there. Looked like it got him right underneath the face mask on the jersey.
His helmet comes off, so he has to leave the game for 1 play.
Correct. So Linus Noel will take a break and go to the sideline, and they'll bring in another defensive lineman. That's another thing Curtis has a whole lot of depth in, is those defensive linemen. They can rotate a lot of guys in to play up front for him, which is good.
When Linus isn't in there, they'll Move a few linebackers up and stack that line to help him out a little bit. There's the toss. It was intended for Jalen Spears cutting across the middle, but he threw it behind him. And the closest one to it again was Vincent Lojades of John Curtis.
Bama Hat would like to get that one back because he missed his target. No, he had a shot right there for his receiver. Was wide open. He could have got him that ball. I think he might have been a little jarred from the tackle prior.
Yeah, that was a hard hit. That was a hard takedown.
All right, here we go.
John Curtis just got a sideline warning, Kenny, right there. Those guys should be back at least 3 yards off of that boundary right there, and apparently they're out into the field, and the officiating crew came over there and gave him a sideline warning. Coaches hate to get that. You know why? Because we yell back at the official to keep his eyes on the game. That's when you're missing stuff out on the field. Get your eyes off us. We all know we're good looking. But keep your eyes on the guys that are playing the game. Don't worry about us on the boundary. No, but it's a safety issue. For real, it's a safety issue, and that's what it's all about.
Leighton Liuza to punt for the Brother Wharton Crusaders. 1 tick under 2 minutes to go in this first half. He gets a beauty. Caleb Spann, as he links it left, will just watch it bounce out of bounds. Now, the last week of this regular season, here are the Division I power rankings through week 7.
If you notice a bunch of Catholic teams in there, they're all in there because they're going to all end up in the playoffs. All right, so
the top 4 will get buys, and that's the importance of winning this game here.
Well, that's exactly.
See, that guy, Mark Bonise knows that.
You know, that bye is important because it's going to heal a lot of things up. Curtis goes to 1 back set on this play.
1 back set. They'll toss it out to Caleb Spann, and Spann just trying to fight his way for a little bit. Not much there. Clock running. And flag will stop the clock.
Oh, we got some sort of extracurricular going on again down here.
Hey, this would be the 4th penalty. 3 will have been for, if it's unsportsmanlike, 3 will have been for unsportsmanlike situations. And again, that's the intensity of this football game.
Well, it gets to a point that the intensity's got to come back with smartness.
It is, because
After
you make
the play, personal foul, 24 defense, result of penalties, first down.
Okay, yeah, you know, there's a point in time where the chippiness has got to stop. All right, everybody understands that everybody has a bunch of intensity and everything, and that's great and all that type of stuff. But when you do stuff like that is not intensity. That's not smart. Okay.
And what happens is you turn a 2-yard gain or a 1-yard gain now into a 15-yard gain.
Well, that's got to get addressed. And I'm
Buddy
sure
Taylor's
it'll be
got a lot of room to run. If he decides to run it, he will. Tries to make a man miss, but he can't. But he did a good job picking up some yardage before Austin Roberts watched his legs, watched those thighs, didn't let him get by and made the stop.
Austin Roberts does a nice job for this Brother Martin defense. He comes in with 27 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions on the night. Curtis speeding the tempo up.
9-yard gain, so it's 1 yard to go for the first, and he'll toss it out to the right side, incomplete. Looked like Studemeyer might have dropped it, Studemeyer Davis, but it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, the ball just didn't have enough juice on it. It might have hit the turf prior to getting to Studemeyer Davis right there. Brother Martin now has to transition to try to get into some pass rush when they're getting a pass set by those Curtis offensive linemen. You know, it's hard from a defensive line standpoint to try to stop the veer all night. Then all of a sudden, you're getting pass set from the offensive lineman in front of you. 95, 99, those guys then have got to go into pass rush mode. That's hard to do.
Yeah, that was a good look at Dakota Burns. That was the first incomplete pass for a team that doesn't throw the ball very much. So they tried that middle. They wanted that first down. They tried to get it. They tried to move the chains, and I believe they did. They have the first down. Curtis got it.
Curtis is one of the best quarterback
Buddy
sneak
Taylor,
teams.
yes.
Our quarterback advance teams. That's what I call it. I call it a quarterback advance or a quarterback run because you practice that. Everybody thinks they just line up and Breeze just lines up and takes a snap and jumps up in there and points the ball over, right? But believe it or not, they practice that.
Well, it was taking them just a little too long to get this play on. As fast as you said they had picked up the pace and were moving, it was taking them a while to get to the line of scrimmage. So timeout called by John Curtis with 45 seconds to play in the half. Crescent City Sports has more high school sports for you tomorrow at 11 a.m. with another District 9 5A matchup between Jesuit and Archbishop Rummel.
A lot of ramifications right there, especially for Archbishop Rummel.
Watch it exclusively, live and free at CrescentCitySports.com. Live and free at CrescentCitySports.com, or listen on Nash Icon 106.1.
Everybody loves the word free.
Hey,
live and free.
I'll give you a quiz.
For me?
Let's see if you can get it.
I don't pass too many.
I don't think I told you this answer. Garrett Mamahat's father, Kevin Mamahat, was a backup quarterback at what school? Where he played.
I'm not going to cheat. You already told me, but we'll talk about it after this play. All right.
Buddy Taylor. As we were talking about the Rummel game, I think people figured it out. He's going to throw over the middle. Oh, he's got Dudenhofer, and Dudenhofer is inside the 15-yard line. First pass to Dudenhofer in this game, one of the two top receivers on this Patriot team, and he pulls it down for 32 yards.
Dudenhofer is carried by the linebacker and is ridden down the field nicely, but then he lets go and he splits the safeties
They're
right there.
going fast. Here they go. Buddy Taylor to throw. It's short. Rush was coming fast, and he couldn't get that ball out to Studemeister Davis like he wanted to.
A little bit under stress there. He threw the ball into the ground on the out route. You know, that's a long throw from the opposite hash mark right there. Ball's on one hash. He's got to throw it clear to the out on the other side. That's a long throw for a quarterback. If you don't have a really strong arm, that ball's going to bounce and skip before you get there, or it can just float and get picked, and it'll be 6 the other way.
And they're trying to, as you said, pick up the pace a little bit. 27 seconds left. Patriots have one timeout remaining to work with. Second down. He's being chased. He's got some room. Buddy Taylor can run it. He will. It's a speed game, and he wins the race to the end zone. Touchdown. 13 yards. Buddy Taylor.
If you remember a drive ago, they ran a toss out of that formation right there for a huge gain. Well, that's the play-action pass off of it right there. They take the toss, boot the other way, and look at the speed of Taylor. Watch him outrun everything in crimson to that pylon.
I'm going to go back to that 15-yard penalty. There was a 1-yard gain, and you may have had Curtis backed up way in their own territory. How they're going to shift. If they give it to Linus Noel, the 300-pound back, it's going to be hard to bring him down. But instead, they give it to Ronald Poole, and Poole. That Poole or timeout? Timeout called. Hold on.
What they did, Kenny, is they shifted into a veer offense with big Linus Noel in the back of the two running backs, correct? Brother Martin sees that and immediately calls timeout to make sure that they understand that they're going to have to stop the veer offense right here from the 3-yard line.
Now, JT, I feel, thinks he had him there. Watch the end of the play.
Well, he gets shoved
he comes
hard,
down hard
onto that cement and everything right there.
Oh, and
he's lucky he didn't hurt his ankle or his knee.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Let's see. I thought we saw him favoring his. See, look, he's holding his arm a little bit.
Holding his elbow, arm, hand, that sort of thing
Looking
right there.
at
It's going
that
to stand. He's all right. He's shaking it off. He lies right back up to hold for the PAT by a big Linus Noel. Now, it'd be bad if Linus kicks his hand. All right, that'll hurt. So he's all right. He's going to be fine. He'll get a lice on it at halftime.
You just think of Linus kicking your hand, it gives you chill bumps. Timeout called again? No, flag. Flag is down. Offside, Brother Martin, I think, on this one.
Well, they'll move at half the distance. Now you're going to just line your offense up and go for 2. That's the smart move, and I think that's what you're going to see out of JT.
Encroachment. Defense number 93. Half the distance.
Paul LaRosa explains it.
2 huge penalties on this drive. The personal foul and the encroachment right there. All right? All the difference in the world on whether you're going to run the ball in from the 3 or you're going to run the ball in from the 1.5.
You know, when you look at those 2 penalties, they could be responsible for 8 points. Let's see who gets it. Buddy Taylor on the. He keeps and somehow stumbles backwards into the end zone. It's good. What more could Buddy Taylor do?
He runs inside veer and he disconnects. He has the right read right there, and he pulls violently on the disconnect. Watch. No, that's outside veer. He pulls and rips off the read. But I want everybody at home to see how he is the one that makes the decision to give or keep. It's not the running back here. It's the quarterback. The quarterback is going to ride that veer, but he's got such control of the football that when he wants to pull that ball and disconnect, he's going to drive his elbows back to his ribs right there. That's what he does right there, and he falls into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That's all Buddy Taylor, and that's why he's getting better every week, people. Every week he's getting better running this offense. And, that's what you saw out of Guggenheim for 3 years.
Yes.
That's what you saw exactly right there. This guy has a great future, not only the rest of this year, going into playoffs, second half, etc., but into the playoffs coming up in a few weeks.
19 seconds before half. Coming up at halftime, we've got a great halftime show for you. Mark Boney's A Story of Family and Faith. It will inspire you. Do not miss it. Louisiana Scoreboard, a lot of big games in action tonight and through the weekend. And we'll have stats and highlights. Goodness, the highlights of this game may take a while to watch because we have had some thrilling highlights.
Well, it's good football. Two good football teams.
Logidis with a short kick, and Brother Martin almost broke it just for a moment. It looked like Austin Roberts was going to break away from everybody and have a run at it. There is a flag on the play, so hold everything. Clock stopped with 15 seconds.
All of a sudden, everything was real clean going into the second quarter, and now we're seeing yellow flags everywhere. Personal foul.
93.
Personal foul on number 93. Ty Brown of Brother Martin on the kickoff return team. Don't know exactly what he did, but
it's the end of play. Personal foul. 93. First down.
Don't know what he did, but it's going to cost them a nice return. It's going to back them up deep.
Yeah. You look at this score being tied at 21, and Brother Martin with the if I'm sure they're hoping this is not going to hurt them, but if this penalty hurts them in any way in these final 15 seconds, they're going to be kicking themselves going into the locker room here. I believe Brown was flagged on the extra point play too, so he's definitely frustrated.
Well, the stuff's got to get addressed. I mean, the chippiness right at the start, that all irons itself out, right? Okay. But then all of a sudden, it just keeps going on and on and on. That stuff's got to stop because you're only hurting your team.
So that's it. It's halftime. What a game. We're still tied, just like at the beginning of this game. 21-21, the Brother Martin Crusaders and John Curtis Patriots.
Riverlands Insurance Services, a team of professional agents serving Southeast Louisiana for over 40 years, focused on planning, implementing quality with personalized insurance.
The strength of our company is our core of over 90 professionals specializing in the everyday needs of family to the complex world of business and risk management.
Cost-effective insurance planning is how we help our families and our businesses every day. We don't wait for a disaster, we prepare for them.
Count on Riverlands Insurance Services.
For 87 years, the Allstate Sugar Bowl has been a New Orleans New Year's tradition. Through difficult times and challenges, we remain perpetually committed to our city, the state of Louisiana, and the Gulf South. The funds we invest and volunteers we provide support your sports, your parks, your schools. The Allstate Sugar Bowl. We believe in champions, and we believe in awesome comebacks. The Allstate Sugar Bowl is proud to host the 2021 College Football Playoff Semifinal.
Lately, we've all experienced more inside our home, and our homes have experienced more of us. More dishwashing, more clothes washing, and more action figure rescue missions. And after 50 years of rescues, Mr. Reuter Plumbing Service Professionals are equipped to handle anything. We are your neighbor. You can call anytime, and we'll be there, because we've been here all along.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media. at CrescentCitySports.com.
Back at halftime, Ken Berthelot, Wade Kaiser, our CST and Crescent City Sports crew, and we're tied up 21-21, a whale of a first half. And now we've got a very special feature lined up for you here. Brother Martin head coach Mark Bonis is a man deeply rooted in not just his football program, but his family and his faith. Over the last 2 years, that faith has been tested with medical challenges for himself and his young son, but they both have prevailed.
What a season for Rummel to go to 12-0 as they beat Brother Martin here tonight by the score of 37-27. Great effort by the Raiders, great effort by the Crusaders to never say die, to keep themselves alive in this game. You got to give both sides a lot of credit here.
Not playing in the last game, and you don't win the last game, there's a lot of disappointment, a lot of frustration. But lo and behold, there's no doubt that us losing that football game definitely saved my life.
A week after Brother Martin's season ended, Rummel celebrated a state championship with a victory over Catholic High, while Mark Bonis laid in a hospital bed recovering from emergency coronary artery surgery to repair a ruptured abdominal aorta.
My wife was a smart one of us both. It wasn't a typical day of fatigue or 3 days. It was like the third day, and she says, "Look, something's wrong. We got to take the baby to his appointment, and after that, we're going to the urgent care." And so, of course, me being the hard-headed person I am, sat there and complained about it all day. Shoot, by the end of the day, I thought it was going to go in to be a checkup and maybe some medicine, and next thing you know, a couple hours later, I'm being rushed into surgery.
While Bonis spent 11 days in the hospital, the outpouring of support was extraordinary. Players leading the rosary at Brother Martin, a moment of silence at the Division I championship game, and tributes from former Crusaders like Irv Smith Jr. of the Minnesota Vikings.
I had my phone in the hospital, but I had it turned off. I really just kind of wanted to be, to myself. When I got home and received all the outpouring support on text messages, emails, phone calls, voicemails, it was, and then, seeing and hearing what the different things that people did for myself and for our family. I mean, it was very humbling. Obviously, I believe this. I'm not here today without all those prayers. People would call and sit there and say, "Hey, what can we do for you and your family?" And I believe this. Prayers, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm here today, is that you can't tell me that the prayers of all those people didn't have such an impact and help us with our son as well as with me in this situation and other situations.
Just 18 months earlier, Mark and Rebecca Bonis's son, Mark, was born with an omphalocele, a rare defect in which his intestines and other organs are born outside of the stomach. The young man they call Mighty Mark underwent a successful surgery this summer at Boston's Children's Hospital to repair the omphalocele.
From the very beginning, it was presented to us as a very bleak situation. I know this. I mean, this is, my family is Catholic. We're very religious. I believe, we believed in seeing everything through. The things that he's been through, I mean, it's remarkable. I can tell you. He's been. He's been inspiring to me. We've been very blessed. When you really listen to potential of how much longer things could be, and you see how he responds or has responded to a lot of these procedures, and he's amazing, and it's, God is great. And then seeing how tough he is to be able to stand. And when you really think about, if you look at the pictures of his surgery prior to surgery and after surgery, and 2 or 3, 4 days later, he's almost, he's like a normal kid, and it's amazing. It's amazing just when you look at him. He doesn't know any better, and now, he's just wow. I mean, you see God's work, firsthand, and you see the strides that He's made from where He, was, where He is now. I mean, it's amazing.
For the elder Bonis, this was not his first medical close call. He had one as a sophomore in high school with complications during an appendectomy, and it helped him draw closer to his faith.
But one thing I remember from there is that, what helped me, it was a scary time. I had received anointing of the sick. At that point, the one thing I do remember is having my father's Silos medallion. But that medallion is something that we carried, that my family had, in our possession from then. When the procedure was about to happen, I asked my wife, I said, hey, no matter what, I need to have that Father Silos medallion. It's the same one we use with, that we brought everywhere with us, with our son, with everything that he went through. So I knew, the big thing that would help us get through it is faith. We've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, and there was no doubt that would be the only thing that would help with the whole situation.
In a year that has presented so many challenges to so many people, Mark Bonis can't help but to feel good about 2020.
No doubt, very blessed. I mean, that's. I don't know how else to answer that. It's just that every day that I wake up, every day that I'm able to spend more time with my family, with my daughters, my son, as well as football players here, and every day I'm very thankful for the blessings that have been bestowed upon myself and our family.
What an inspiration of strength, leadership, family, and faith. Blessings to the Bonis family. Halftime, back in a moment, tied at 21, Brother Morton and John Curtis. It's the Brother Morton Crusader Band performing at halftime, where Brother Morton and the John Curtis Patriots are tied at 21. Here's a look at scores from around the state. Get the most complete and up-to-date Louisiana prep football scoreboard anywhere at CrescentCitySports.com, presented by the Allstate Sugar Bowl. Wade, who we've got here?
You got a brouhaha going on the river with Hahnville and Destrehan. The fight for St. Charles Parish right there, and that's 16-7. That's just like a Hahnville-Destrehan.
And that game is currently airing on Your View, Louisiana. So
right there, yeah. And then
big one to watch.
That Acadiana-Lafayette game, I think that's for the district championship over in that area, if I'm not for sure. And that's a huge one right there. And then E.D. White St. James. Look at St. James, it's powerful. You know, they lost a game a couple weeks back to Donaldsonville. And let me tell you something. They've righted that ship.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Well, St. James, if they win this, they win district.
Right.
Yeah, they got it.
Good football team.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, a couple of big games, and let's look at 9-5A first. We'll come back to that Riverside Country Day in just a moment. But Jesuit Rummel.
Well, again, the ramifications there for Rummel are they get to share a part of that trophy, and how important is that in the Catholic League? And then Holy Cross coming back off of losing a game last week with Brother Martin with the COVID issue, and St. August lost a few games with COVID this year issue. It's good to see those two teams back on the field playing football.
Don't forget you can watch the Jesuit Rummel game on CrescentCitySports.com and Riverside Country Day at noon.
Right. Well, there you go. Riverside, we got a chance to see that team a few weeks ago. And I tell you what, are they explosive with the athletes they have on that field? Gage Larvadan.
He was hurt, right? Is he back?
Well, I think he got nicked up last week. It'll be interesting to see if he's going to play tomorrow in this Country Day game. And Country Day has their hands full with Gage Larvadan if he's going to play.
Take a look at the Class 5A top 10 from CrescentCitySports.com. And show you those in just a moment.
Is, right there.
And no surprise with Brother Martin being undefeated. After Catholics went over Acadiana, that got Brother Martin to number one. And, of course, Brother Martin beat Archbishop Rummel by 3. Very close game, so they climb over Rummel there. Rummel tried to keep their not undefeated, but rather their losing record at 1. How about Hank Tierney, Ponchatoula, 6-1?
Well, that's Ponchatoula 6-1, doing a great job over there, and
that's without T.J. Finley.
That's without T.J.
But he's
Finley.
Got Jacoby Stevens, right?
That is correct. We've called him a few times, right?
Well,
but look at the team that's at 6th right there. Byrd High School up in Shreveport. Every other year or so, they come up with one of these teams that wins 8, 9, 10 straight games and gets into the playoffs and causes a whole lot of stir in the playoffs. Look for that Byrd team this year to do that. They're really mowing things down up there in the Shreveport area.
Yeah, they really are. And again, one of those famous school names. That,
right. I mean, it's been around forever.
A lot of pride in their program up there. Yeah. And Scotlandville, always just a powerhouse. Acadiana, of course, one of those victories on their schedule was over Curtis. And I tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see how the pairings go. And when you look at the strength of these teams in the top 10, so important to get the bye. Win this game and make sure you get that bye next week.
Right. At least in Division One it is,
correct.
Right. So the 5A bracket, when they go, the public schools don't have any buys. But if you're absolutely right, everybody's playing for something at this. Obviously, this last week of the season, and it's for that seeding. So make sure everybody needs to watch that seeding on Sunday in order to see where their favorite teams fall on that bracket.
Sunday, 11 a.m. You can watch it on CST. Live on CST. We'll take a break and be back with highlights and statistics right after this. We are tied at 21. Brother Martin and John Curtis. What a football game.
Having a collision center on the premises where you sell new and used vehicles is a dream come true. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. It's open now. One thing about us, we strive for perfection.
A bridge? Like the causeway?
Tartar? Tooth decay?
Gum disease.
I need a root canal? Abscess tooth.
What's that?
A filling, not a crown. Cavity. Toothache.
Gingivitis.
Plaque?
Come on, man.
The only thing worse than hearing those words is hearing that your dentist can't see you right away. Call Louisiana Dental Center. We'll see you today.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media at CrescentCitySports.com.
So I bought this property in 2004. It was finished in 2007. What we realized is with traditional paint, we were going to have to paint the house every 3 to 5 years. I chose Mid-South Coatings because I didn't want to ever have to paint again. Mid-South Coatings came in, they knocked the work out in less than a week, and in a couple more days for a punch list. They have crews, they have capabilities to cover all the Gulf Coast region. You want it to look brand new, call Mid-South Coatings.
The Ronnie Lamar used car superstore. When you walk in it, you're going to say, wow, for your lifestyle and budget in mind. It's not Wall Street money. It's Mealy Street money from Araby, Louisiana, where I grew up as a kid.
Welcome back to halftime. We are tied at 21. Brother Martin and John Curtis. Ken Berthelot, along with Wade Kaiser, our terrific CST and Crescent City Sports crew. Wade, when you look back, what did we see in the first half? I mean, we saw explosiveness from both teams. We saw both teams struggle. We saw some crazy plays and some great plays.
Well, two good football teams, first of all. They're going to have to find some answers at halftime for a few things. But what's amazing is how balanced Curtis is, right? They've been running and passing the ball. We'll get to the stats in a minute. And how unbalanced Brother Martin is. Usually, they've come in being balanced, right? Tonight, they're rushing the ball, and Curtis can't stop them. You don't have to throw the football much. So it's going to be interesting to see how this will play out in the second half and see what adjustments these guys are making in the locker room.
A lot of highlights to get to, so let's look at these highlights right now. And we had excitement right off the bat. Curtis punted their first possession away, and Brother Martin and Mama had right into a touchdown to the big tight end Logan Farrell. But Curtis comes back with this toss to Studmeyer Davis. So that tied it up at 7. Then the bad pitch and the turnover, and now Brother Martin's got the football, and this guy, Jalen Spears, where did he come from? He's been hurt the last couple of weeks, and he just busts through. And then the onside kick after the score, a surprise onside kick. Curtis had a man there, couldn't get to it, and it didn't take long after the onside kick for Jalen Spears to put it into the end zone again. And suddenly Brother Martin was up 21-7, but back comes Curtis. Caleb Spann, he fights his way, jumping over people, getting into the end zone. They missed the point, and it was 21-13. Later on, look at Buddy Taylor. My goodness, hit the cement hard. He was okay. That was a touchdown. They eventually got the 2-point conversion, and 21-21 is where we are. It looked like Brother Martin was going to run away with it for just a little while, but you don't do that to John Curtis. They came right back. Let's take a look at our halftime numbers presented by Louisiana Dental Center.
Well, if you look at that, look at John Curtis's stats right there. If you're going to tell me that John Curtis is going to pass over 100 yards in a football game, I would kind of chuckle and say, well, you haven't seen Curtis, but tonight, 118, 166, that is what is balanced right there for John Curtis. But then you look at the other side. Look at the rushing yards put up by Brother Martin in the first half, 162. Curtis is going to have to find an answer for that inside zone. But look at the passing. They like to be more balanced, so it's going to be interesting to see if Martin comes out and is more balanced in the second half.
Yeah, Curtis, 82 yards a game they average passing. Tonight, 118 just in the first half. We'll be back with our second half in just a moment. High school football from Crescent City Sports on Cox Sports Television is brought to you by the Allstate Sugar Bowl, supporting amateur athletics in Louisiana since 1935. By Mr. Rooter for quality plumbing and drain cleaning services in New Orleans and Baton Rouge. And by the all-new Lamarck Lincoln, now open in Kenner. Well, there we are here in this beautiful press box in southeastern Louisiana at Strawberry Stadium. And we don't get press boxes like this at the high school level everywhere, so we love having games here. But how about this being the 14th high school game at Strawberry Stadium on the campus of Southeastern? I want to thank Andrew Bishak, Athletics Director J.R. Teagues, head football coach Frank Selfo. I think it means a lot to the high schools to be able to move a game, especially a big game here, especially in COVID. And, hey, this is great exposure to Southeastern and for Southeastern for their program to these kids.
It's huge for the college. You get these kids on campus, you're getting their parents on campus with this idea of you can't get out. Well, it's not an idea, it's a fact. You can't get out because of COVID and see the kids to recruit. You've had your season moved to the spring. This is a great opportunity for you to see the kids live. And kudos to Southeastern and all the guys that you've just mentioned, allowing high school football to come into their stadium the way it has been. And I know we would say the same thing on behalf of the LHSAA, thanking them for this opportunity also.
Well, a 21-21 game and a short kick up in the air by Linus Noel. It'll come down to Tory Lambert. Tory Lambert gets through the wave. Tory Lambert in a foot race to the end zone. Tory Lambert touchdown. 65 yards of the second half kickoff. And Brother Morton is back in the lead.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, hidden gems. Tory Lambert right there wasn't expecting that ball to come down to him. He catches that ball and boom, he's like a shot through a hole and gets into the end zone to put Brother Martin up on the board. Great hands. Tory Lambert's a great athlete. We've seen him playing tonight on defense at corner, and he does a great job on defense. He also has great hands on your kickoff return team right there to get the short kick from Linus Noel, and he's so athletic that he can do something with the ball when he gets his hands on it.
Leighton Liuzza with the point after. Kind of a low snap, but put down well, and it is good. 28-21, and how's that for a little bit of explosiveness right out of the gun?
Well, that's an excited young man right there. Now he's got to catch his breath and go out and stop a Veer offense. But that's just the way it is, and that's the way high school football is. All his teammates coming over there and slapping him on the rear end and all that type of stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, you can enjoy that right now. And that's a big play right there because, in effect, you're up again now.
Right. Well, it wasn't a good kick by Linus Noel right there. He didn't get all of the ball. We've seen him kick it deeper, right? So he just kind of chips it off the side of his foot and it bloops up in the air. I don't think that was intended to go that short. I think he was trying to kick it deep.
He was trying to kick it deep.
Right. The ball comes off his foot a little bit squabbly, a little bit high into the air right there, and right into Tory Lambert. And look at that. Hello, 6 points.
Wow. What an explosive way to start the second half. Tory Lambert, only a sophomore.
I'm looking at Mark Bonise right there. You can't enjoy it because he knows right now he's got to come back and he's got to stop this Veer offense that can score points, right? He's yelling his players to back up. You know? That's why you always got to get a coach that's called the backup coach, right?
That's it.
A guy that walks up and down the boundaries and tells them to back up. That's what you got to hire that guy for.
The get-back coach.
The get-back coach, yeah. The get-back coach.
The
backup coach. Get-back coach, absolutely.
All right, Liuzza, the place kicker, sends it on its way. Yvonne Stoopmeyer Davis. He finds a hole. Look out. Flag thrown. This one may be coming back some. Let's see. And Stoopmeyer Davis with a nice return of his own.
Well, now that kick was intended to be skied to Stoopmeyer Davis right there. They didn't want to kick the ball deep to Caleb Spahn, and I understand that. Yes. You know, I don't want to put the ball in Spahn's hands either. So I'm going to kick it high in the air and try to get them to fair catch it right there. But that's coming back because of holding penalty.
Our referee is Paul LaRosa.
What's going to be interesting to see is the second half going to be all about special teams?
It might be.
Holding. Return team number 16. First down.
Well, that's Vincent Logidis.
He's over there pleading his case right now to the coaches. I didn't hold them. Let's see what we get here.
All 3 John Curtis penalties have been on special teams.
Yeah,
all
right
3.
there, bottom of your screen. He's
yeah,
ripping
that's Logidis.
Yeah, he's ripping the crimson jersey off of that defender.
Well, that turned a 43-yard return into just a very short return and backs up John Curtis into back deep in their own territory. A 6-yard gain for number 6 Ronald Poole.
Good look at Buddy Taylor's numbers right there. 7 and 9 passing, 118 yards, 1 touchdown. Right there.
When you look at 118 yards, you're looking at a team that averages 82 passing yards a game.
That's what I
said.
said.
118 in the first half.
You would think it'd be the other way around. It'd be a little bit more balanced with the guys in crimson.
Now they're going to pound the middle again, and this time it's Charles Quinn driving forward.
Charles Quinn runs so hard. He gets his shoulder pad leveled down. He hits that crease so hard right there. That was veer dive right there. Everybody basing up again, trying to get a hat on a hat, giving it to your running back. Let him hit that crease and pound the rock right in there for a nice pickup.
How many times have we seen Charles Quinn, that play, that dive play, just break it, bust it, and he's headed to the end zone?
Well, it's because of his explosive ability. And all the backs from John Curtis, as we said earlier in the first half, they have a whole stable of guys that can do that.
One of your top receivers, Dudenhofer, is up top right, but they're not going to throw. They're going to keep it on the ground. And this, once again, is Charles Quinn. Got 5.
Right there, Brother Martin tackler, Noah Shashery, does a great job right there scraping from his linebacker to make the tackle on Quinn. Name that everybody knows right there that's synonymous with Brother Martin football. His dad, Garrett, played at Brother Martin. And if anybody in the coaching business out there knows it, he's been coaching at the college ranks for many years now.
He took this year off to enjoy and watch his son play. He wanted to be here because when you're coaching, head coach, assistant coach, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be around for very much. That was Quinn again, Charles Quinn again on the run. That brings up 3rd down and short, 3rd and 3. But he decided to take a year sabbatical so he could be here for Noah Shashery's senior year.
Right, and I understand that completely. He's an outstanding football coach. He's definitely a guy you would want on your coaching staff at that level, and he'll pick up where he left off after his son after his son graduates from Brother Martin.
Coached at Arizona, Cal, Tulane, Nichols, Southeastern, Louisiana, Monroe. That's just to name a few, and the local ones here. He's coached at a bunch of them.
Right.
And this is going to be very close on this 3rd down carry. Caleb Spann, did he get it? Got it. First down.
Outside veer this time for the first down. Difference between inside veer and outside veer is a hole over. You're going to block down. You're going to read the last man on the line of scrimmage in the outside veer. If he comes down to take the first threat, you're going to disconnect that ball and try to get it out on the edge.
Buddy Taylor looks over the defense. He'll throw this little screen to LeBranch. LeBranch gets 6 out of this. He's down to the 45-yard line and makes it 2nd down and short.
Well, we're singing the praises of Tory Lambert and his athletic ability, right? Well, if we run that one back, and I don't know if we will or not, but right there, he just got juked out of his shoes. So give a little, get a little, right? This game is extremely humbling, all right? Because one moment you're on top of the hill, and watch Tory Lambert right here. Whoop. And at the next moment, you're at the bottom of the hill.
And look, yeah, it's just funny the way it works, but you're right. That's why you have to take one play at a time. Buddy Taylor on the keeper breaking tackles. He's got the first down and more, and he is down to the 35-yard line.
We get a chance to see this one again. I want everybody to watch Buddy Taylor, how he is controlling whether or not the ball is going to be given or not. They G-block, they pull the guard out and kick the end out right there. Actually, he should have given the ball, but it looked like he wants that thing back. He rips it away from the, look at him rip it away. The running back right there should not try to be taking it, either. He should be letting it be given to him.
Here's the give to Charles Quinn, and we said he's got that breakaway ability on that dive right up the middle, and by himself, the only running back, he takes it right through and is very close to moving the chains again after a 9-yard gain.
Our camera crew is doing a great job, Kenny, on this, being able to show these techniques of the veer offense, because a lot of people out there don't really understand what's happening. And they need to understand this option offense. It's a triple option offense, and how it's controlled by an athlete like Buddy Taylor.
You might fool the defense, but you don't fool our camera crew.
Absolutely right.
Our guys practice for this too, you know. Oh, he fakes to LeBranch. Look at Buddy Taylor with the sidestep. Taylor on a race to the end zone. He gets to the pylon first. Touchdown. 26 yards, Buddy Taylor. And the John Curtis Patriots come charging right back.
Well, they broke the backfield right there. They put one back in the backfield, and we've seen that already tonight with off of a quick toss. Let's see the read right here. That was all that was all pull, all right? There was nothing, that was a design play right there. He didn't even read that. He pulled the ball. He was probably told to pull the ball from the sidelines. They usually load the play. When I say load it, that means they block the guy that's got the quarterback assignment. So that's what actually happened right there. They got a block on the person from Brother Martin that had the quarterback. He takes the ball out there, and the rest is history. And you saw the athletic burst and ability of Buddy Taylor right there.
The 305-pound defensive lineman, Linus Noel, kicks the extra point. Good. We are tied at 28. Another look at this touchdown, Wade, as we go to break.
And look at Buddy Taylor and his explosion right there to the end zone for 6 points.
Riverlands Insurance Services, a team of professional agents serving Southeast Louisiana for over 40 years, focused on planning, implementing quality with personalized insurance.
The strength of our company is our core of over 90 professionals specializing in the everyday needs of family to the complex world of business and risk management.
Cost-effective insurance planning is how we help our families and our businesses every day. We don't wait for a disaster, we prepare for them.
Count on Riverlands Insurance Services.
Once I saw the house peeling and chipping, I decided 2 months later to call Mid-South Coatings. The main reason was that the warranty of the product and that it was going to last for a lifetime. We had a salesperson come out to our house. Within 2 or 3 weeks later, we had our house painted. It was easy, simple, and carefree. They were clean, respectful, didn't have any trouble at all. I'm very pleased with Mid-South Coatings, and we would recommend them to any of our friends who are looking to paint their home. If you're thinking about getting your home painted, call Mid-South Coatings. You'll be glad you did.
Well, it didn't take the Patriots long to answer that kickoff return touchdown with a long drive and a touchdown of their own. 9 plays, 71 yards, 4 minutes and 52 seconds, and then the touchdown run from 26 out by the quarterback, Buddy Taylor. Wins that race to the pylon almost every time in this game tonight, doesn't he? So here's big Linus Noel. Let's see if he can get a little bit more on it this time. A running catch by the Crusaders, and good second effort, good struggle, good try, good fight, but just nowhere to go.
We got a little more air on that ball, got a little bit more foot in it, and took it to the third level back there. And
that
great
was Kai
coverage.
Brown on the return.
Right, great coverage also by John Curtis too.
Take a look at Garrett Mamahat's numbers.
Great numbers, 3 of 6, 37 yards passing, and he's thrown 1 TD tonight. But the overall numbers, they're down because they're not balanced. But what that means is they're running the ball successfully for 28 points, right?
Yes, but would you have said coming into this game with the success and the high explosive offense of Brother Martin, they would have only thrown 6 passes in the first half?
I would have said it's going to be more balanced, okay, because I know Mark Bonice and his offensive coaches like to be more balanced.
Well, good fake that time by Mamahat, and he went out to the right side, but nothing working on that play for him.
All right, I hope we get a chance to take a look at this, because this is an RPO. This is true RPO. I want everybody to watch the offensive line. Everything's block and run, right? So you think run, he disconnects the ball and he throws it out there to a receiver.
But he just slipped out of his hand.
Why do they throw it out there to the receiver? Because before the snap, the RPO said we have the numbers out there. So I'm going to pull the ball. That was a pre-snap read on the RPO, and I'm going to throw it out to my receiver out in the flat. Everybody at home, that is what you see on Sundays, as Saturdays as well as Sundays.
He's looking in Austin Jackson's direction. No, now instead goes to Jalen Spears, who had it and couldn't hold it. Oh, Jalen Spears well covered on the play, but I got to tell you, Connor Ogeron was covering. Man, Spears I don't know if Ogeron, our backs, but hit their backs to us. I don't know if Ogeron knocked it away or no. What? Let's take a look.
Bootleg throwback right there. Ogeron was beat at first, Kenny, but he caught back up and did a great job getting in the eye vision of Spears. The ball was a little underthrown, so you got to credit Ogeron for doing a good job right there and not getting fooled.
4 straight incompletes, make it 5 straight incomplete passes for Brother Martin on that throw behind Jalen Spears.
Oh, he knows it too. That ball hits him right in the hands, and he's like, oh boy, I wish I could have that one over again. You know, Jalen Spears has got great hands. All right, he can not only run the ball, but he also has really good hands. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, and that's going to make a difference on him getting signed somewhere, because somebody's going to pick up on this kid because not only his running ability, but what he can do out of the backfield and catching the ball in the flat and in screens and screen game and things of that nature.
Brother Martin's only their second 3 and out of this ball game. Leighton Liuzza, the punt, but timeout called first.
But that timeout was called by John Curtis. I don't know if it was because of personnel. Maybe they didn't have everybody they wanted on the field for their return.
Sure, but timeout called, so we are still tied, and that gives us an opportunity to tell you and remind you again to tune in to the CST official unveiling of the brackets show, the pairing show. That's Sunday at 11 a.m. on CST. Man, I'm going to tell you, all 9 brackets will be revealed for the first time. The road to the Dome begins Sunday, live on Cox Sports Television, your leader in Gulf South sports.
You know, in the old days, we used to have to go all the way up to Baton Rouge to trade films, and every coach would meet up there, sit around for the unveiling of the brackets and all of that stuff. It was great camaraderie. Today, everything's done over the internet, right? So the minute you watch it, you see, and many coaches already have it figured out because they know their power ratings and PowerPoints, and they have it narrowed down to who pretty much they're going to play. They're already up and working on the guys they have to because that film's already been traded over the internet.
Last time Liuzza punted, he did not punt to Caleb Spann. He punted it to the other side of the field. This one he punts short, gets a great Brother Martin roll. Spann has to let it roll, and it's down at the 25-yard line. So with that, we'll take a break after the 41-yard punt by Leighton Liuzza, tied at 28. Back in a moment.
Lamarck Lincoln is now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's state-of-the-art. You're gonna love walking into the Lincoln store. 8 years here in New Orleans, you couldn't even buy one? LL, Lamarck Lincoln is back.
Toothache.
Gingivitis.
Plaque. Cavity. Tartar. Tooth decay.
Gum disease.
Abscess tooth.
What's that?
A filling, not a crown.
A bridge?
You mean I need a root canal?
Come on, man.
The only thing worse than hearing those words is hearing that your dentist can't see you right away. Call Louisiana Dental Center. We'll see you today.
Lamarck Lincoln is now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's state-of-the-art. You're gonna love walking into the Lincoln store. 8 years here in New Orleans, you couldn't even buy one? LL, Lamarck Lincoln is back.
Well, after the Brother Martin punt, which was down to the 25-yard line, the Patriots with Buddy Taylor at quarterback put it into play. Little misdirection. And you've got the first down on the carry by Ronald Poole.
We saw it in the first half. They scored a touchdown on it in the second quarter. The veer cutback right there. Hammering it hard. Watch him bend back right there. See it? Bounce back side to the backside A-gap. And he's off to the races. You're trying to get everybody to over-pursue, and you're going to wind it back real quick.
18 yards. They move the chains.
Ronald Poole's a solid running back. 48 rushes, 204 yards coming in tonight. Like I said, he's part of that really good stable that they have.
You're tuning in late. We told you that John Curtis would have more passes attempted in the first half than Brother Martin. You probably wouldn't believe us, but that did happen. Tied at halftime, and each team scored once. We're tied now, 2-yard game.
You want to see a really good play? Noah Shashery does a great job from his linebacker position, chasing down the running back. They came in with a little bunch formation, John Curtis did, to try to get the flank a lot quicker, to get outside, to try to out-leverage the defense really fast. Watch Noah Shashery. Watch number 29. Scrape, 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 scrape. Void the block. Make the tackle. Nice job, number 29.
And we talked about, of course, his father, Garrett Shashery, his pass playing here. Patrick LeBranch straight ahead has the first down. When John Curtis is starting to find a way to open holes in that Brother Martin defensive line and defense in total.
Running that veer offense, as I said, it's like what?
Novocaine.
Novocaine. Louisiana Dental will tell you all about that. The bottom line is they're just going to lull you to death and bang you and bang you and bang you and bang you, and all of a sudden you start greasing them. They're going to mix up the formations. They're going to run a lot of tight doubles now.
12-yard gain, Buddy Taylor on the pitch. Caleb Span turns the corner. Span out of bounds. Wow. But the yardage coming in big chunks for John Curtis right now.
So we're seeing an adjustment from halftime. Okay, you're seeing their Twins receivers coming in tight so they can try to widen the flank. They want to try to get the ball out there fast, right? So by the Twins receivers right here on the lead option, what ends up taking place is they can crack down, stop the inside-out flow, and they can get their speed on the corner with leverage faster than you can get your defensive guys out there. Great adjustment by J.T. Curtis and his offensive coordinator.
Taylor on the keep, and he'll get some out of it. Shashery stood him up. Noah Shashery.
Right, Shashery, nice tackle right there. He's a fine linebacker. You know, we've talked about his dad and everything else. Let's talk about him. He's second on the team with tackles, with 50 tackles coming in tonight. 2 interceptions and 1 TD. He's 5'11", 200 pounds, and he's physical. Nice job right there.
Got some colleges taking a look at him, and he said after the season, he and his dad's going to sit down with the coaching staff and figure out what he needs and what has to happen. Caleb Span thrown back, but not till he gets a few. 2 to be exact. And it'll be 3rd down and about 5.
Everybody asks, well, why did they block the guy that came up and made the tackle out there? Okay, you see this all the time. 1 block and 2 defenders coming. Well, because you're trying to get your offensive player, you're betting that he's better than their defensive player, right? That's what you see it tonight. You'll see it tomorrow. You'll see it Sunday. Offensive have got to believe that I'm going to get the ball in the hands of my guys that can make plays, and I'm going to put a move on your guy, and we're going yard. That was the thinking behind that play right there.
Well, considering Curtis's field goal and special teams game, this is 4-down territory, right?
No
you
doubt
might not
about
have to worry about it because that's a great second effort right there by Ronald Poole. And he's going to be a yard short, so got to figure 4-down territory here, especially with the offense and the way they've been gaining yardage. 4th and 1.
Boy, he didn't like that spot. Did you get up and see his face? Like, what? All right. So he's fighting hard to try to get that yardage right there. His knee came down. I think it was a great spot by the official right there. So here comes your 4th down play.
Buddy Taylor taking a good look at the defense. He'll give to Ronald Poole again. Poole straight ahead. He's got it.
Ronald Poole's like one of these thoroughbred workhorses, right? All right. He doesn't look like much on the hoof as far as being a big, tall running back and all of that, but what he does have is he's put together, he's stocked up, and he runs with a determination and low shoulder pads, which a lot of times is going to pick up extra yardage for you every time.
He lists him at 5'10", 200, but he uses that 200 really, really well. And he's a senior. He's experienced. It's their second 4th-down conversion in this game. Buddy Taylor ankle tackled over on the right side. And he is very slow to get up. Buddy Taylor, the quarterback, is. And he's limping a little.
Well, you know, he's got to go through a lot of wear and tear. You know, he's getting hit. He's running the football. He's going to twist limbs. All of that stuff's going to happen. But, you know, he's a gamer now. You know, he's going to get back in that huddle. He's going to not worry about it, and he's going to make sure that he does the right thing right here to the best of his ability. 2nd
down. He'll hand it off. He won't run it himself on this one. Caleb Span breaking a few tackles, taking a few people with him. He's still pushing the rugby scrum forward. Good effort for a 7-yard gain. That was hard work for those 7.
That was power
by
O.
Caleb Span, yeah.
That was power O right there by John Curtis. You get a kick out blocked by the near back. You get the backside guard. In that case was number 66, I believe. Dalfrey's wrapping up and getting on linebacker, and then you give it to the handoff to the halfback, and he rams it up inside and picks up good yardage. A little bit of different look on offense right there is what I'm trying to say, rather than the veer.
11th play of the drive is 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. LaBranch straight ahead, and he's at about the 1. Let's see where they mark it. It looks like the 1-yard line. 7-yard gain for LaBranch.
The other thing that the veer offense does, Bill Yeoman, who brought this thing to national prominence back in the late 60s at University of Houston, by lining those backs up 4 yards from the ball in a sprinter stance, they hit the line of scrimmage so quick when the ball is handed off to them, you don't have time to react. That's the reason why you can't guess. You got to play assignment football.
Quinn and Poole are the running backs. They go straight ahead. Or will Taylor, the quarterback, keep it himself? Buddy Taylor on the keeper goes down immediately. He didn't get it.
I think he had a hard time pushing off that ankle. Remember 2 plays prior, he kind of he pulled the ball on a veer, and he gets out on the edge, and I think he kind of rolled it a little bit in the turf. He's still kind of limping a little bit right there.
It looks like he's hurting. He was slow to get up.
So he took that hard shot when he scored back in the second quarter where he's knocked out of bounds. He's got a lot of bumps and bruises, so right there, I think he had a hard time pushing off on that quarterback sneak.
3rd and goal. And this one is going to be the give to Charles Quinn, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Charles
Curtis
Quinn
with the lead.
Charles Quinn hits that thing so fast, so hard, you can't react to it. That's just a straight ahead dive on the veer. Good look at it right there. Bang. Gets his shoulder pads north and south. Right now, that's the other great thing about the veer offense is your running backs are running downhill with their shoulder pads north and south. That's the whole idea of the offense, besides putting you in a tough situation by running option football.
Well, it took the first half and all but 9 seconds of the 3rd quarter for Curtis to get their first lead in this game. Linus Noel boots it, and it is good. Timeout. We are near the end of the 3rd quarter, and the Patriots take their first lead 35-28. Well, that man right there, J.T. Curtis, enjoying his first lead of the night, but he knows that can be fleeting against a team like Brother Martin and in a game like this. Scoring drive, 13 plays, 75 yards, took 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Quinn on the 1-yard run, but more importantly, we watched quarterback Buddy Taylor limp off, looked like he was hurting, looked a little beat up. We're going to have to watch offensively, because if he has to come out, Wade Kaiser, your backup is a sophomore and 2 freshmen. And maybe they have been running this offense since 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, or 8th grade, but they're freshmen and sophomores.
Different stage. Different stage. Got it. They'll know how to run the offense. They'll have to just dummy it down a little bit, make it a little bit more bland. but it's a whole different stage into these lights playing for a district championship. Did you see the drive?
Corey Lambert on the return, by the way.
Did you see the numbers on that drive, Ken? That's vaunted Curtis football right there. 6-minute drive, 13 plays. I forgot what the yardage was right off the top of my head, but I know our Cracker Jack stat squad will have that for me. But that is a vaunted drive, 75 yards.
Well, look at the third quarter numbers.
Right. Well, that's vaunted Curtis. I mean, that's what they like to do to you. Novocaine. Didn't I say Novocaine?
Yes, you did. Hand off to Jalen Spears. What I'm going to watch this time is Garrett Mamahat looked out of sync on the last offensive possession. We'll have to wait until the fourth quarter begins to find out if he's back in sync on this possession, because we have played 3 here at Strawberry Stadium in Hammond, Louisiana, and John Curtis has their first lead of the game, 35-28 over the Brother Martin Crusaders. Back in a moment.
For 87 years, the Allstate Sugar Bowl has been a New Orleans New Year's tradition. Through difficult times and challenges, we remain perpetually committed to our city, the state of Louisiana, and the Gulf South. The funds we invest and volunteers we provide support your sports, your parks, your schools. The Allstate Sugar Bowl. We believe in champions, and we believe in awesome comebacks. The Allstate Sugar Bowl is proud to host the 2021 College Football Playoff Semifinal.
Riverlands Insurance Services, a team of professional agents serving Southeast Louisiana for over 40 years, focused on planning, implementing quality with personalized insurance.
The strength of our company is our core of over 90 professionals specializing in the everyday needs of family to the complex world of business and risk management.
Cost-effective insurance planning is how we help our families and our businesses every day. We don't wait for a disaster, we prepare for them.
Count on Riverlands Insurance Services.
Welcome to the fourth quarter here at Strawberry Stadium, Hammond, Louisiana. Ken Berthelot, Wade Kaiser, our entire CST and Crescent City sports crew. We have a great game here. Brother Martin trailing the John Curtis Patriots 35-28. We've had 3 ties. No one's ever had more than a 14-point lead, and that lead has dissipated quickly in this game. So Martin with the ball, looking at second down and about 4, maybe just a little bit less, and they're close, but have not moved the chains on this run.
You know, Kenny, I want to bring something up. That's Brother Martin's 5th snap. 5th snap this half, right there. 5th snap. John Curtis had 22 plays in the third quarter for 146 yards. So who dominated so far in a quarter and a couple of plays? John Curtis, and they end up with points off it.
Hand off to Jalen Spears, and the fake throw. Spears heads into the line, and he's got enough for the first down. He'll move the chains by a yard.
Well, that's what,
just
right.
got it.
That's what Brother Martin wants to do now. They want to answer with the drive of their own. They want to get back to their running game, get Spears going, right? Now, he's been sitting on that boundary for a while, right? He's got to get going. He's got to get that feeling back again. He wants those touches. So let's give him the ball. Let's get him running downfield, and all of a sudden we have another flag on the field.
Well, that was Brother Martin's first.
Sideline warning, John Curtis.
Oh, that's the second one tonight. The third one's going to be a flag. That will be a
JT Curtis wants an explanation.
Oh. I would too, but
wait,
I get it. I understand.
The official's going to tell him,
that poor guy.
Get on your get-back, coach. Get on that get-back, coach.
Whoa. Let me go get some more here.
All right, that's going to cost him.
Oh, my goodness.
Second one's the one that cost you.
Oh, my goodness.
So that makes it first down and 5 now. That was the initial first down of the second half for Brother Martin. JT not agreeing with the call. Jalen Spears again. He's got room on the outside to turn the corner and runs out of bounds, but he's got another first down. And if there was ever a time when the Crusaders needed this type of explosiveness to turn the momentum, this is it.
Explosiveness is the right word, Kenny. Did you see Jalen Spears when he got on the flank right there? He turned it into, it's kind of like a Porsche dropping and then going into another gear, right? That's exactly what he did with his explosiveness out there on the flank.
Yeah, that explosiveness got 14 yards, moved the chains, and Brother Martin has great field position now here inside the 35-yard line. Spears again. It worked the first 2 times, but will not work the third. He'll get a few, but not too many. Got down to the 30-yard line, a 3-yard gain, then he's pushed back, and look out, there's a flag. Unnecessary. You talked about chippy, that's your word. It got a little too chippy right thereafter.
Well, that was unnecessary by number 97, Siobhan Lane.
Siobhan Lane
right.
has been in on a lot of tackles. We haven't talked about him a lot because we talked so much about Linus Noel, but Siobhan is all over the field making tackles for the Curtis defense.
He's a fine football player, and he does a great job. He's 6'3", 260-pound nose tackle or defensive tackle, wherever they decide to line him up in there. But when you start getting chippy like that, and you see he's being taken off the field right now, and Coach Curtis and the staff is going to talk to him and say, look, we don't need that. Let's make the tackle, and let's get away from the extracurriculars, because now what does that do? That's 15 yards for first down, Brother Martin, and it's going to extend their drive.
Well, he's replaced by Garrett Washington, and he'll be down on the lower side of your screen. Let's listen to Paul LaRusso.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, 97. Unsportsmanlike conduct, 74. Those penalties offset. Hey, you tell Coach Moniz.
Well, that's what a good official is going to do. Good official is going to make sure that he's going to keep control of the game, and Paul LaRosa right there is going to make sure he does that. So I did not see the unsportsmanlike from Brother Martin on that, but I certainly saw it from Siobhan Lane. We saw this back in the first half. It's at the point now that the chippiness has got to stop.
Let's see if it's a
Siobhan
reaction.
Lane right there. Watch this. That's unnecessary. You don't need that. Any league that's getting called. Oh, there it is. There's the retaliation right there by number 74, Saul Canizales. Thank you with the help of that name. And that's unneeded also. So both ways it caught all bad, but what's going to happen is one of those aren't going to be seen, and it's going to end up hurting another one of their team's situations. So it's got to end. That there's got to be a little chew on both sidelines because of that, and I'm sure that's going to take place by both coaching staffs. It's got to be addressed.
In the meantime, well, number 56. Down at the bottom of your screen on the line, Garrett Washington came in. Let's see if they run in his direction. He replaced Savon, though. Jalen Spears going the other way, cuts to the right side. We've pulled down, not go until he gets to the 26-yard line. A gain of 4. Third down coming up.
Well, that's the inside zone again right there. He does a great job. Did you see how he pressed it and then he jump cut to the backside gap? That's the way you run the inside zone. If I'm a college coach right now, especially a college running back coach, and I see this guy run the way he runs the inside zone, I'm on the phone the next day. This guy does a great job.
Clayton Leonardo, the backup quarterback, just checked in as a wide receiver down low on the screen. We're not going to use him on this play, however, because Spears fights his way up the middle and moves the chains for a first down, getting down to the 15-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup.
Take a look at it right here. Inside, look at his shoulder pad level right there. Little give and go. Protects that ball. Nice job by a very, very good running back.
Brought down by Jordan Stipe. Another first down as the Crusaders' drive continues. We're in the fourth quarter. Brother Martin trailing by a touchdown.
Crusaders back in their unbalanced line.
Aaron Mama had another handoff. Spears again. This time, the Patriot defensive line's waiting for him, and they got him. 92, big Linus Noel there to make the stop, and he got some help from Kylan White.
Kylan White, number 54, 6 foot, 215-pound linebacker. He leads this Curtis team in tackles coming in here tonight with 59 tackles. He's a fine linebacker. He has a great high school career. We've seen this guy, Kenny. We've called him now for 3 years. And he sticks out every time that we call one of his games. He's outstanding.
Second down. 9. Mamahat with good movement, turns, he throws. It is complete to Logan Farrell. He caught a touchdown pass, the first one of the ball game, and he makes his second catch of the game here, and he's inside the 10 after the 4-yard gain, but that is way short of the first down, so that will bring up third down for Brother Martin and about 5.
Bootleg throwback right here. He almost trips. Mamahad almost went down. That would have been a disaster. I don't like the way it sets up. A little bit too slow setting up for this defense. By the time they figured it out, those guys in white, they can fly. They're all over that. They were all over it that time. Not a very big pickup right there.
That was the first play of this drive that was not a Spears rush. That's how much they've used Jalen Spears on this drive. Thank you, Alan Thriftley.
Got to go with who brung you. I mean, you've heard
Jalen Spears' numbers. Look at that. 18 rushes, 155 yards, averaging just under 9 a carry. Timeout called. Just under 8 to play. 7:59 to go. Patriots still up, but Brother Martin driving.
Our pre-owned department is magnificent. We are Kelly Blue Book authorized dealer. All makes and models, we're buying them every day. We will purchase your vehicle. We will pay off your existing loan, whether you buy a car or not.
So, the I'll get there quick plumbing guy got there quick. But he left just as quick. He did fix the leak in the kitchen drain. Yeah, too bad this is the bathroom. And that isn't even the culprit. Ah, there she is. At Mr. Rooter Plumbing, why do we go through an exhaustive 14-point checklist? To make sure we fix even the problem behind the problem.
For more than half a century, Gills Bar has offered services, solutions, and support for businesses and associations looking for happier constituents and healthier bottom lines. To learn more on how Gills Bar can help your business, visit gillsbar.com.
Now the 10th play of this drive is a third down and about 4.5. Is this 4 down territory if they don't make it on third down?
Well, I think you got to come away with points on this and hope your defense can play well in the next series. There it is.
The fake, the little throw inside, coming back. That's Austin Jackson on the catch. He's inside the 5, and he's got the first down. First and goal for Brother Martin.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. Tunnel screen to Austin Jackson right there. What a call dialed up by the Brother Martin offensive coordinator. First catch for Jackson tonight, who comes in with 26 receptions, 565 yards, and 6 TDs. Tunnel screen, wow. We haven't seen that yet tonight. What a dial-up by the offense of Brother Martin.
And you've got your tight ends, 2 tight end formation with Jalen Spears behind Mamahad. Spears gets the call, coming wide, can't turn the corner, goes out of bounds.
Outside zone stretch right there to the unbalanced side, okay? They had 4 to one side. They're trying to run the stretch to the outside. He bounces it right there. He just doesn't have the speed to get around that edge. He's a downhill runner in between the tackles, Kenny. That's what he does well. That's what your offensive line likes to do. They love to run that inside zone play.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do right here. Get a hat on a hat, work them double teams up front to the second level, and get your best guy going downhill with his shoulder pads low. Let him read it.
Second and goal. Spears again. This time he steps over a tackler, breaks the plane, then gets pushed back. Touchdown. He broke the plane and got the score.
And what does he run? Inside zone. Great job by the Brother Martin offensive line on that drive. Take a look at the inside zone. Hat on a hat. Nice read. Get my shoulder pads level. Get into the end zone.
His third touchdown, Jalen Spears, of this game. He is having a season night in this game.
Well, he's got to. He's played for a district championship and a Catholic League trophy. All right? Like I said, tradition means something, and he knows it.
Clayton Liuza, an important extra point, and he got it. We are tied at 35 with 7:16 to play. Jalen Spears got the touchdown.
Louisiana Dental Center, your dental home team.
42 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
We are tied at 35. Brother Martin and John Curtis. Brother Martin just went 63 yards in 12 plays in just under 5 minutes. And Jalen Spears with his 3rd touchdown of the evening, a little 2-yard run. We're all knotted up at 35. If you're joining us late, you have missed one great football game. We have had running teams that passed the football tonight, passing teams that are running the football with success tonight, onside kicks, kickoff returns for touchdowns. We've had just about everything in this game.
And a 300-pound place kicker.
And a 305-pound place kicker. You're absolutely correct. Caleb Spann will let this one break the plane. Just a reminder, and what's at stake tonight? The District 9-5A Championship, the Catholic League Championship, with a win. Brother Martin, because they're undefeated, they win it outright, and it is done. But if, for any reason, John Curtis Christian holds on or comes back, they win this game, you could have as much as, or as many rather, as 4 teams with 1 loss tied for the top of the district standing. Not much going for John Curtis on first down. Now, Curtis, you know, talk a lot about teams with 4-minute offenses at the end of a game. John Curtis and Buddy Taylor still in there. He's rattled. You can see him. He's limping a little bit. But he's got the horses behind him to hand it off, too. They can carry the load.
Let me tell you something. He's not coming out of that game. He just spatted up his shoes. You know what that means? That means I'm ready to play, dog. That's what that means. Those spats right there. He just spat it up. He's ready to finish this thing out. He's a gamer.
The fake to Poole. He's in trouble, and he'll go down. He's sacked. That is a big one, and it's none other than Noah Sashery for the 3-yard sack.
Sashery comes free on his blitz right here. Nobody picks him up. Bang. Down goes Buddy Taylor right there. That's a huge play to bring up a uncharacteristic.
3rd and 11 too. That's what he brings up.
An uncharacteristic down that Curtis isn't used to being in. Remember, these guys are always in between the sticks, right? That's their motto. Stay on schedule. Stay on schedule. That's why you run for your offense. When you get like this, you know, it's interesting to see what they're going to dial up.
This is the longest 3rd down conversion Curtis has faced in this game. 11 yards. Oh, it hits the receiver, Dudenhofer, and it just bounced off his hands. And he was very close to first down yardage.
Ball's on target. Ball hits him in the hand. I think Coach Curtis said, catch the ball.
Yep.
I don't want to say what else he might have said. But, I mean, you got to catch that in this big-time game right here.
Only the second 3 and out for John Curtis in this ball game.
The defender might have distracted him a little bit. Looks like the flat defender got underneath the slant route right there. Just might have got him to take his eyes off the ball a
Chase
little bit.
Lee with the punt. Caleb Spann with the return, breaks some tackles. He's got room down the sideline and gives Brother Martin great field position with under 6 minutes to play in the game.
Well, they kick it right to him on a line drive.
Yeah, line drive, but it was low.
When it's low line drive like that, you get that line drive, and you can see it right there. He comes down. That was Jerron Manning, if I'm not mistaken, that makes that catch on that punt. And boy, what a nice pickup. And Brother Martin is in business again from the John Curtis 20-yard line.
32-yard punt and a 30-yard return. Wow.
Kenny, you just can't kick the ball that low. You got to kick it away if you're going to kick it low, right?
Yes. What a return by Jerron Manning. That was really special. Well, why not give it to Jalen Spears? He's been the workhorse. It's worked up to now.
Run the off-tackle play right there, and he does a nice job hitting it. But you can tell not as much burst right there in that one. One hand brought him down out there on the flank.
Gets 3 out of that.
You know, Curtis has got to hold to 3 right here. That should be their motto. Hold to 3, right? And then they can put together one of their drives and possibly win the football game. That's what they should be saying to themselves.
This time, Garrett with the keeper, Mamahat with the keeper, and he has the first down. I believe it's going to be very close. He's at the 10-yard line. He's got it. First and goal. Brother Martin, they're making this fast. They're taking no time to try to retake this lead.
That's all quarterback run right there. Mamahat, who has nice wheels, does a nice job right there. Gets what he needs to do, and then what does he do? Slides into second base. You can tell that he is an experienced quarterback right there. He's not going to take the hit.
So Mamahat with Spears on the side of him.
We talked about experience earlier in the show. That's a perfect example of it.
Jalen Spears with 2 tight ends blocking for him. Nowhere to go on the left side. He pushes down for 1. Oh, late flag coming in. Look out.
Oh, here we go.
Here comes another late flag, tossed high in the air.
Here we go again.
Yep.
Personal foul. 68. Defense.
68 defense.
Well, I think he meant 68 offense.
Yeah, that's what I think.
That's going to be their offensive left guard, Frank McKevitt.
Right. I think his arms are bruised tonight from banging his 2 arms together for personal fouls. Let's think about it. Let's go all the way back to the beginning of the second quarter. I mean, he's going to have to put ice on those wrists.
3 personal fouls called on Brother Martin in this game, and John Curtis had a few.
That's, oh my goodness gracious.
Well, that moves him back and makes the road to the end zone just a little bit tougher. Jalen Spears tries to break a few tackles. That hole closed quickly, and he gets 2 out of it, and that's it.
Again on the tackle
made by Kylan White. Yeah.
Again on the tackle, Kylan White. He's a tackling machine in between those defensive tackles, and he's going to step up and stick you in the mouth. Tell you what, that's another guy that, you know, I'm going to look to sign if I possibly can, if I'm a defensive coordinator somewhere.
Watch this Catholic League. They've got some players. Mamahat, big rush. He's scrambling. He's got some room to run. It closes quickly, and he's inside the 15.
Boy, I tell you, Kahir Harris.
He got 8.
So
field goal team coming out. And this is going to be about I'm going to guess about a 31-yard try. But this, Leighton Liuza is a strong leg kicker.
I wanted to point out, if you watch Kahir Harris right there, he kind of gets ran around by Mamahat. But look, you watch the kid hustle. That's great high school football. Great hustle. He runs him down from behind to make the tackle. Doesn't allow Mamahat to get to the first down, and it lines up the field goal, like you said.
31-yard attempt by Leighton Liuza. He's got plenty of leg. Placed down, kicked up, and it is good. Brother Martin back in the lead by a field goal, 38-35. 2:52 to play. Back with John Curtis and the football right after this. Well, this was a big kick, maybe the biggest of Liuza's career. and he drilled it a 31-yard field goal. The Crusaders now have to play defense for 252, or the Patriots have to play real good offense for 252. And remember now, the Patriots do not have a kicking game.
How important is this kickoff coverage and kickoff return?
Siobhan Studemeyer Davis with the return, and Brother Martin locks him up pretty well. He gets out to the 32, 33, not bad, but he didn't break the long one. And Curtis is going to have to work for what they're going to get here.
Well, they've been in this situation before, Kenny. They know what to do. They know how to handle their offense and move the ball with 2 timeouts and 2:46 left on the clock. We have witnessed it before, okay? The question is, those guys in Crimson, can they rise to the occasion and make one more stop?
And again, not to beat this dead horse, but Curtis is going to have to do it on the ground because they just don't have the kicking. They would have to be almost at extra point distance, touchdown extra point distance, to be able to try a field goal. Linus doesn't have a lot of range. Has tried to screen the LaBranch on the left side, and LaBranch has some yardage.
Simple little slip screen out there to LaBranch. He sets up like he's going to pass block, and he just slips the defender and slides out. 2 offensive linemen slide out in front of him. It's set up really nice by Buddy Taylor. Does a nice job doing the acting right there. Just dumps the ball down. Great block out there by those offensive linemen from John Curtis.
And you can still see Buddy Taylor being beat up, favoring it just a little bit. But as you said, he's not coming out, but he's going to be getting rid of that ball quickly. Taylor again, looking, has a man over the middle. Flag is thrown, flag is down, but thrown out there for LaBranch. He couldn't get it, incomplete. Just a little bit high. Let's see what the penalty was all about.
That ball was almost tipped up to the air. It was almost picked off by Brother Mark. Yeah, let me say this. We got a holding call right there. We saw it against Curtis. This is going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Okay. The problem with this is
offense number 61, 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Problem with this for John Curtis is this is not their game. Pass protection, drop back. This isn't what they know how to do. They're used to coming off the ball, blocking down. You can see the hold right there. Look at the hold right there. There's 1 hold, 2 holds right there. This isn't their game, okay? So they're definitely, against the wall right here and what they have to do to move this distance in that amount of time.
Look at that second at about 25. Davis has time. He throws. It's high and incomplete.
Buddy Taylor's got a nice arm, but they don't spend most of their time at practice throwing the ball downfield. They'll throw it off a play action like we saw at the beginning of the game for the touchdown off the veer pass. But they don't practice this very much. They practice reading that veer, pounding that run game, right? But this is kind of out of their element.
Yeah, they've got to get to the 43-yard line for a first down. 3rd down. Just about 25. They're going to run it. They've got some room. Look out. Charles Quinn. He's close. 4th and 1. They make it 4th and 2 where they're going to spot it at the 41-yard line. So make it 4th down and 2. Great run by Charles Quinn.
You've got to go for this right here. No doubt about it. That was a lead draw inside.
Quinn's hurt. Limping coming off.
Right. They fake the pass right there. Watch this. Make it look pass for a second. And then there's the kick out, and there's the draw play right there. So we've got a Brother Martin guy down right now, and then Quinn got up limping also. Can't get the number on the Brother Martin player. It might be Rylan Johnson, number 33.
Well, if it is, that's one of the guys you can't afford to lose.
Tackle leader comes in with 2 sacks on the night. Or on the season, I'm sorry.
3 tackles for loss to add to that. Looks like they're working on maybe a cramp.
They're working on the knee. See the way they're holding it and the way they're flexing it.
That would be a loss for Brother Martin if he's not able to play. But
you want to get out of this tonight, whether you win or lose. You want to get out of this thing without any injuries, any COVID issues, so that way in a couple of weeks, you're ready to go into playoffs if you've got a bye, or next week if you're playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's limping, but he's walking on it under his own power. That's good to see. And again, the importance of a win for Brother Martin, if you look at it from their standpoint, allows guys to get healthy. But this is a game where a lot of players on both sides are getting beat up.
That's a
all right,
physical
4th and 2.
football game.
4th and 2. They've got to get to the 43-yard line. Curtis has successfully converted both of their 4th down attempts, that is, in this game. Oh, they're trying the quarterback sneak. Looks like Taylor didn't give it off to anybody, and I don't think they got it.
I don't think he had it either. They ran quarterback sneak right there. It looked like quarterback sneak to me.
Wow, that's what it looked like, unless somebody got in and got that ball, but it looked like Buddy Taylor kept that one. And is injured. Look, he's limping right now. As injured as he is, wow.
He just doesn't have giddy up in that leg right now. He's limping on the ankle right there. He's all beat up from tonight. Just didn't have the giddy up on that play, and I think that is woefully short.
Yeah, I do too. They may call for a measurement.
I don't even see it on a measurement. We need to start thinking about putting a yellow line on our screen. Who do we talk to about that? Who's our producer? Do we need to talk to him about that?
Honey Van Gilder can make all things happen.
Absolutely.
Walter Volpatti, he can make this happen.
Absolutely. Yellow line, and I want a thing I can draw on.
Yeah, it wasn't close.
Wasn't even close.
But they probably requested, Curtis probably requested the measurement. And I think it came down to, you're right, Buddy Taylor just not having the push off that leg and the ankle to be able to get the power he needed to power his way forward.
Exactly. So here we go. Brother Martin has the stop of their life. There's the quarterback sneak. He just can't get push off of his foot right there. Well, also, Brother Martin has 9 guys in the box. That helps. Right? They're man out on the 2 wide receivers. They got 9 guys in the box, expecting either a handoff on a hard dive or a quarterback sneak. They get the quarterback sneak, and they got 9 guys pounced all over it right away.
All right, important to know, the Patriots only have 2 timeouts remaining, so 2:06 to play. John Curtis with 2 timeouts. And the defense is going to be trying to strip that ball and take it away. Ball security, I'm sure, talked about heavily on the Brother Martin sideline. Brother Martin is going to take one of their timeouts right now.
They had a personnel issue. You could see Mamahat yelling over to the sideline for a certain formation or a certain person that needed to be in the formation. You can see him right now talking. We weren't lined up right. Again, we talked about experience at the beginning of the tonight. That's experience from an experienced quarterback to make sure right now nothing goes wrong. I can take a timeout and make sure we get it right because we're on the verge of possibly winning this thing.
The LSU Tigers and Arkansas Razorbacks face off tomorrow on Cox Sports Television. They have your pregame and postgame coverage. Tune in at 9 a.m. as we begin our coverage with LSU Game Day live, followed by Arkansas Game Day at 10. Then at 10 p.m., tune in for live post-game coverage on LSU Tonight. CST is your leader in Gulf South sports.
I don't know if you've heard, is LSU actually playing tomorrow? I know Arkansas was having some issues up there, and as of today, they are playing.
They are playing today.
Okay.
As of today, the game is on.
Brother Martin start both of their possessions inside John Curtis territory.
Jalen Spears, look at this, and Spears has a first down with an 11-yard gain on the first run of that series right there.
John Curtis is going to have to start using their timeouts here in a minute.
They've got 2 to use. Now the clock stopped briefly while they moved the chains. And now it's ticking, and there will be absolutely no hurry by Brother Martin. They'll want to use all of the play clock before they snap the football. And you're right.
Okay, let me bring something up to you.
How about using the timeouts?
Right. One of the things that you've got to teach your offensive players now here is to put a tag after every play. That if I'm about to score, if something's about to happen, I might have to go down.
Got to snap off with 1 second on the play clock and hand it off to Jalen Spears, and Jalen just pushes forward, and that's what Buddy Taylor couldn't do on that quarterback sneak with his feet and his legs like that. Jalen Spears, injured for the last couple of weeks and missed action, he's just pushing forward. So timeout called. John Curtis going to use one of their timeouts here to stop the clock with 1:23, and Brother Martin looking at 2nd down and 7.
You got to be smart on offense here. Okay, you want to make sure that they waste their next timeout, right? So how many times have you stopped the clock because you've got the timeout? Okay, so what ends up happening is you've got to have some field position and understanding to know when I've got to go down to make John Curtis use that next timeout.
Let's take a look at the number 1 seeds heading into this week again, and Brother Martin in Division 1, the number 1 seed heading into tonight's game, and if that holds up, if this holds up, they'll be at home. Not only to get the bye, but you're at home, and you're at home in the quarters, you're at home in the semis, and for them, going to the Dome would be at home too. So that would be very special. Jalen Spears again puts his head down, just pushes forward, trying to move the pile. He's pushed back. Timeout should be called by J.T. Curtis. Let's see if they call it. And they did.
Which they should have right there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. But you're going to have to run the ball again if you're Brother Martin, right? So you run that ball. Now you've got to know I want the first down, because once I get that first down, it's kneel time.
Yeah, if you get it, you get the first down, you can kneel it out, game's over. If not, on 4th down, you go for it.
Well, yes, absolutely.
Field goals.
Because the field goal
you
is
could kick the field
right.
goal, but it's not going to help you. But because John Curtis
Right.
doesn't have a field goal
Exactly.
game.
So
they don't have a kicker. They don't have a team.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Special teams.
In most instances, you're absolutely correct, because John Curtis doesn't have a field goal game. So you run that ball, pick up that first down. The main thing you want to do right here is make it positive yardage on this 3rd down play. You want to get, because you know you're going to go for it on 4th down. Let's at least get half of it right here.
So let's see what happens. Here come the Crusaders. Coach Mark Bonise talked with the team. They've got it. Jalen Spears in there. I think everybody in the stadium, probably most people in the broadcast booth and in the CST truck, expect Jalen Spears to get the football. And he gets it. He'll come around this side. Look out, there's some room. Watch it. Jalen Spears, he'll go down at the 15-yard line. He has got the first down, 8 yards on the gain, and that's it right there. Brother Martin can kneel it out.
I just got done talking about situational awareness.
Yep, you did.
That was situational awareness. Number 1, they run the inside zone. You got to go with who brung you. They're going to put it into number 1's hands, because that's who's brung you to this point, right? No doubt about it. Him and Mamad and that offensive line. So second thing he did was he got a great read on the inside zone. He bounces it all the way to the back door. But did you see what happened when he knew he got the first down? He didn't take a hit, and he went down because he knew it was what? Kneel time. That's situational awareness by a very, very good football player.
Well, Brother Martin will be your Catholic League champions for 2020. And for John Curtis, they dropped to 4-4, 3-2, and for Curtis, more than anything, it pulls him out of what would have been that 4-way tie and give him a chance. But they'll still be in the playoffs, and these two teams could very well meet again, as could any two teams in District 9 5A that play hard against each other all through the regular season.
Yeah, they're done.
It's done.
It's
They don't even have to knee it out. It is over. A field goal. The difference by Brother Martin, kicker Leighton Liusa, from 31 yards, gives the Catholic League championship to the Brother Martin Crusaders and Mark Bonise. The emotions going on in his mind now, probably unbelievable. Back with our post-game show in just a moment. 38 for the Brother Martin Crusaders, 35 for the Curtis Patriots.
Called Mid-South Coating because, with a house, you always need maintenance. Even though we have a brick home, we have a lot of places that needed Mid-South Coating. You have some ironwork that needed it, the doors, and the framing. Friends of ours had told us about Mid-South Coating and the success that they had. I would absolutely recommend Mid-South Coating. I was very happy with their work. They did a clean and professional job. It's always nice to pull up to your house and see a nice, clean look, and Mid-South Coating provides that.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media at CrescentCitySports.com.
High school football from Crescent City Sports on Cox Sports Television is brought to you by Lamarck Ford. See all the huge things happening at the big store in Kenner. By Mid-South Coatings. Never paint your house again. Visit midsouthcoatings.com for a free estimate. By Riverlands Insurance Services. Make your insurance game plan today. And by Louisiana Dental Center, your dental home team. (38-35), the Brother Martin Crusaders victorious over the John Curtis Patriots, your Catholic League champions, District 9 5A champions. Brother Martin off the leg of Leighton Liuza, a 31-yard field goal. The last score of the game happened at about just under 3 minutes to play in this contest.
The kick of a lifetime. He will remember that forever. Okay?
Not just a win, but a win, a championship of wow.
It was all John Curtis in the third quarter, all Brother Martin in the fourth quarter. Okay, Brother Martin found their running game again with number one, Jalen Spears. And the rest is history for Brother Martin, who are now the Catholic League champions.
And Jalen Spears proving tonight that when they get into the playoffs, it is going to be, he's going to be the man to stop.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. You wanted to come out of this thing clean tonight. You wanted to come out without any injuries tonight. Now, I don't know the injury status of either team, because next week, one of you is going to have the bye, and that's going to be Brother Martin. John Curtis, depending on how things finds out, will have to possibly play in the first round. So let's hope they overcome their injuries so that they are, well to go into the playoffs.
Well, the amazing thing about this is that Brother Martin, this is but they haven't had a championship, and we said it earlier in the broadcast, and it's escaped me for a moment, but this is a long time coming for them to win
and I know the folks at home just saw me wave a little bit. I just saw Bill Gallagher, the longtime coach at Brother Martin, come in and known him for close to 35 years. So I owe Bill a wave, and then everybody saw that. But yes, they are excited because they are outright district champions. And like I said, when this whole thing started, it's about tradition, and tradition is important.
Three things are important. Home game, home field all the way through, bye, and wow, you're the champions. And let's welcome in right now the winning coach, Mark Bonice. Mark Bonice down. Mark, are you there with us?
I am, yes, sir.
Congratulations, Mark. What a game. And, hey, you're the Catholic League champions.
I'm so excited and so proud of our guys. They've worked so hard, with a lot of unknowns, not knowing if they were going to have a season. They came to practice every day and truly worked, and they're a resilient bunch of guys, and I'm so proud of them, so happy for them that they've seen this success.
Mark, Wade Kaiser here. Hey, congratulations. It's awesome. I know exactly how you feel, buddy. And, the thing I want to say is you guys controlled the fourth quarter, and I'm going to give my MVP to your offensive line. Look, I'll tell you what, you guys run inside zone as good as anybody I've seen, and it starts with Jalen Spears. If I'm a college coach, I'm signing that guy right now because of his vision and the way he runs the inside zone in between the tackles. Could you elaborate on that for me a little bit?
I will. Well, first, let me say this. It all starts, this. I can't say it all starts with him. It all starts with those hogs up front, those
right.
five linemen, those two tight ends. It's a veteran group and other guys that we rotate in on that. But,
right.
I was just saying this to the reporters on the field, is that we're finishing the league 7-0 and arguably one of the best leagues in the state, and he's a big part behind it and a big part for it, and he doesn't have any offer. So I'm hoping after tonight, I'm hoping people, it's hard for these coaches can't get out right now because of the NCAA restrictions, but I'm hoping they saw this game on film and you look at him right now, he's college ready. I mean, he really is. I mean, he runs outside zone, inside zone. I mean, he runs it like a college back. And listen, I'll probably get in trouble for saying this. We've had some great ones that have come through, but I've been telling everybody, and I hate to hurt any of my guys' feelings, but he's the best one we've ever coached. He's our complete back when it comes to running the football, and as well as as well as catching the ball out the backfield. He's a true threat. So,
well, no doubt, and I've coached against a bunch of those guys, and your offensive line. So no doubt about it. And the big thing tonight is hopefully he came out unscathed. You guys are going to have a week off as you're going into the playoffs. That's going to help you get ready for the playoff run down the line.
And, Mark, before you talk about it, 191 yards and 3 touchdowns for Jalen.
Wow. I mean, I didn't know that. First time I heard that. That's amazing. Like I told the reporters earlier, he's a warrior. I'm so proud of him. And, I mean, everybody in the stands knew he was touching the ball tonight, and to me that's that's a good telltale or a good sign of a good veteran offensive line, and as well as a great back, is that they knew he was running and he was able to have success still when they knew.
If you would have told me that Brother Martin was going to be the running team tonight and Curtis would be the passing game, I don't think anybody would have believed this game would have unfolded that way. But wow, what game plans by both head coaches.
Both staff, I'm proud of my staff. They really do a good job. I can't, sent them a text last night telling them how blessed I am to have them as coaches on my staff, and I mean that. And then, Curtis's staff. I was telling Coach Kaiser, today before the game. I mean, the staff speaks for itself. Have as many championships and have as much success as they had through the years. That tells the story. So it was. It was a great game for both programs, and at the end of the day, though, hey, we're going to enjoy this for tonight, and then but now the playoffs start, and
wait a minute,
we're all facing the same teams again.
Right.
But wait a minute, Mark.
But there's some
good
news here.
There's good news. You've got the Catholic League championship. You're off next week. You get the open date, and you've got as the number 1 seed. You're going to be at home the entire series, and you go all the way to so you got 3 games at home and in the dome.
Well,
we'll take it one at a time.
Hey, that's the good news. The bad news is you're going to see all these people again.
No doubt.
That works.
That's right. Everybody. That's what you hope for. You hope that you see. And that's what I hope year in, year out. Until hopefully cooler heads prevail and we're able to combine select and non-select schools. When you get to the playoffs, you just hope that you're playing teams that you don't see year in, year out.
Mark Bonise, congratulations. Go talk to your team. You are the Catholic League champions.
Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Mark Bonise, head coach, Mark. The Brother Martin Crusaders. And, wow, final thoughts, Wade.
Well, two great football teams tonight, and I think you've got an excellent Catholic League representative as the champion here. Those guys doing a great job, and they've definitely earned it. The greatest thing you saw here tonight is you saw 2 well-coached football teams do what they do best, right? Run the football, play action pass, do the things that are important to make sure that they win football games. Look, Curtis isn't over. They're going to have to play next week. Whoever draws them, they're only getting better, as I said about the young quarterback. Even though he's a junior, young in experience, he's only getting better as time goes by. And whoever draws these guys in the playoffs, which are going to probably be some of the same teams from the Catholic League, hopefully he's over his little injuries and he's ready to go. And, it's going to be a tough draw.
What a game. Congratulations, Catholic League District 9-5A champions, the Brother Martin Crusaders 2020. Thanks for joining us tonight. Crescent City Sports has more high school football for you tomorrow as Jesuit and Rummel face off at 11 a.m. And visit CrescentCitySports.com for info on our playoff coverage. For Wade Kaiser and in our entire CST and Crescent City Sports crew, I'm Ken Berthelot saying so long from Hammond, Louisiana. Once again, your final score, the Brother Martin Crusaders 38, the John Curtis Patriots 35.